justice with a wink and a vent. Becky's got the tea, she spills it loud. She stirs the pot like she's cooking a crowd. Haters gonna hate, but she's gonna laugh. Cutting through the nonsense like a razor-sharp staff. She's smart, she's fast, all the rest are trash. Shit talking, she's walking, stacking that cash. She's Becky Boop, and she's stealing the show. Buckle up, y'all, get ready to go. Keyboard warriors can't take her down. She wears her sass like a queen's crown. She's bold, she's fierce, she's on your feet, giving the people everything they need. The Becky Boop Show, it's a class of its own. Live stream royalty, she's taking the throne. She's here, she's now, let the story unfold. Becky Boop's live, let's hit that gold.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the hottest mess on the internet. It's the Becky Boop Show. I don't know if the show's the hottest mess or if I am, but either way, we're here. How'd you guys like the new intro? The little graphic. AI is amazing, isn't it? I can't. So let me just show you this because I'm very excited by this. So this little graphic is a graphic I drew like years ago. I drew it the last time I was streaming. So maybe a decade ago I drew this. And then to use AI to animate it, it's so freaking cool. It's so cool to see something you drew get animated. I love it. So I might mess with that a little more, but I had to put it up for today because I feel like there has been, hi Retro Nick, it's good to see you. Anything is better than that show, isn't it? I feel like things have been a little heavy lately. I'm sure you guys do too. We've been dealing with Lolcow talking about us today, had to deal with Roxy and Savage doing their little smear campaigns. So it's been like heavy stuff to deal with and just a lot to deal with, right? So I figured today we could have a break from that and have a fun stream. Make it twerk next. Oh, the name of the app, I used a website called imagine.art. I pay for a membership on there and it can make videos and stuff too. I don't use it. I haven't used it that much recently. It used to be super good. Nowadays, I feel like most people use Chat GPT, but I still like imagine.art. Okay, Nubs, thank you so much for the $1.99 tip, just because I appreciate starting on time. Do you know that I literally sit looking at the clock and the second it hits 8, I hit the play button? The go live button. I can't help it. Like I love being on time. I hate being even a second late. So I always start exactly at 8 o'clock if I can. It's a rare day if I start at 8:30. So anyway, I thought we could have a more lighthearted day today. Fun. I was going to decorate more for a party. I had some stuff to put on the walls, but I put that off because let me explain some of what's going on today. So the stream goal for today is $500 as usual, right? That's the amount that keeps the network running. But if we hit that goal, I will do an Elvira cosplay. And if you don't know, if you're not one of my super OGs from like 10 years ago, I used to actually do a variant of Elvira, my own twist on it. Oh, Sparkles, thank you for the $2. You look beautiful tonight. Thank you. I got a new dress, got a few new dresses. I love the bright pink. It's very summery and summer's almost over, but I love it anyway. I'll wear it in the winter too, just to brighten things up. So here's the thing. The Elvira goal is a huge throwback to this character I used to do called Elvira, Mistress of the Dork. So if you guys know Elvira, some of my older people here, it's Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. So I did Elvira, Mistress of the Dork. That was my character. And so I would love to hit a goal for that today. I don't know, do you guys know who Elvira is? Tell me if you don't know who Elvira is in the chat, and I'll pull up a picture. It's going to be a super fun cosplay, and here's why I'm doing something nostalgic. It's because I realized that Friday is my 11-year anniversary of creating my YouTube channel. So Friday, we are going to throw a huge party here. Friday is going to be a massive day where we're going to celebrate. We're going to reflect, look back on things, just have fun being together. I don't know what else we're going to do, but it is going to be a party. It's going to be so much fun. And in order to help us reach our goal, for every $20 donated, I will give you a tarot reading. Because actually, I wanted to do something called Tarot Tuesdays, and it just so happens to be Tuesday. So I can just give some tarot readings today every time we get a 20 and see how you guys like it. And if you like it, we can make Tarot Tuesdays a thing. So when you donate, if you donate with a 20, if you have a specific question you want me to answer, just ask the question and I'll answer it. I'll answer it using the cards. Yeah, she is actually a redhead. She has really pretty red hair and she looks so amazing even now. She hasn't aged at all. Oh, and the plans for today's stream, aside from the tarot readings and everything else, is we're going to be chilling today, hanging out. This is, I don't even want to call it a hangout stream, but this is a stream where I really want to pay attention to you guys. So we'll mix it up with some other fun stuff, but so much has been going on. There's so much I was reacting to where I didn't get to focus on you guys as much. So I wanted to have some variety. So we'll do that today. And also, anyone who wanted to be a host here, like Joe Pesci, if you are here, Joe, anyone who wanted to be a host, please feel free to hop into the Discord and I'll go into a room in Queen Supreme Waiting. Feel free to hop in there and I could pull you up and you could be part of the stream and we could get some airtime and actually see, I could get to know you guys better. Okay. Done messing around with Discord. The Suffa farm. Oh my God, that's so funny. I don't know if you guys noticed there's a lot of Suffas in the chat. We got Suffa horse, Suffa clown. I saw some other Suffas. We have a whole Suffa family. Suffa farm, a Suffa gang. We got Suffa gang. So, it was actually, okay, this was the sweetest, most amazing thing ever that happened yesterday. Let me see if I could find the chat to share it with you guys. I wonder what voice chat we were in. I think it was, I don't know. I have to pull it up and see if I can find it. Okay, it wasn't this one. Oh, it was this one. Found it. Okay. Oh, and I see Suffa Pig, but I think they were here not just waiting for me. I think they were just hanging out. Let me show you the cutest thing, like adorable. So here's what happened last night. Let me scroll up a bit. Out of nowhere, I was reading donos, and out of nowhere, I see instead of Suffa horse, there's a Suffa pony. And it was the cutest freaking pony ever. It looked like Suffa horse. And I just thought it was the most adorable thing. And I couldn't stop talking about it. And then before I knew it, there was a Suffa clown, a Suffa dog, Suffa cat, Suffa pig, Suffa wolf. And this all happened at the end of the stream. And I thought this was the most beautiful, sweetest thing. It could make me cry out of how. So it wasn't even meant to be a gift, guys. Let me show you. Let me pull up the image and show you. At the end of the stream, they were all in the Discord, in the voice chat, and I went in there with them. Look. Do you see? We had Suffa clown horse, Suffa cat, Suffa cow, Suffa dog, Suffa fox, Suffa goat, Suffa pig, and Suffa wolf. And when I tell you guys, it might make me cry now. You know I'm always an emotional person anyway. But it wasn't even supposed to be a gift. It was just like a spontaneous thing that happened. But when I say that's one of the best gifts I've ever received in my life, it was everything I needed to see how it was such an amazing, beautiful, heartfelt thing from the community. I loved it so much. And with everything that's been going on lately, it's, you know, you guys know I've been going through a lot. I don't have to explain it. It's very easy, especially when people are extremely nasty about certain topics, to just lose faith in humanity sometimes, you know? But this happening yesterday, this restored my faith. And I went to bed with a very full heart. And I'm sorry I'm crying. I swear to God. I can't help it. I'm trying not to fully cry. Suffa dear, see? With a wink. Oh my God, that's so cute. Suffa dear with 99 cents. Thank you so much. You know, the things I'm most proud of in life, honestly, like I've done good stuff. I've done Harvard. I have other accomplishments. I don't even really care about any of them. The stuff I've always cared about is the stuff I invest into and I get to see grow. So for example, Zoe is the thing I'm most proud of in my life because she used to be a super anxious cat, and she's come so far in the 6 years that I've had her, and I'm so proud of her. It's like I feel like it's my greatest accomplishment that I was able to be there with her and help her get to that point. And to bring that back to this, I really feel like my community is always what I've been on YouTube for. I love community. I've always lived in the comment section, the chat. That's where I live. So to see my community and my chat come together and do this, like it actually kind of made me proud too. Like I can't believe this is our community. I was so happy. So I just really wanted to say a very heartfelt thank you for that, because all day today I had a full happy heart as well. And it was a very beautiful, wonderful, thoughtful, spontaneous thing that was totally unexpected and truly definitely my top internet moment ever, my favorite, but also probably one of the best gifts in my life. One of the top two, I would say. It's right up there. So anyway, yes, thank you for leaving a like. I'm going to be talking a lot while waiting for you guys to talk and interacting with the chat. Oh yeah, my ass was in the gaming VC because I was trying to show, I wanted to show them something. Hang on. Thank you for reminding me. Let me show them. I came in here because I wanted to show them. I wanted to show them this. I wanted to show what was happening, what was evolving behind the scenes that I didn't know was going on. This was cute. Michael Meowers. They were all in gaming VC setting this up. You're welcome, LMAO. I thought I was tripping. No, it was the best thing ever. I loved it. So then you could see them start making them. We've got Suffa Pig, Marijuana with $1. Thank you so much. And the heart, that is very much appreciated. So we have Suffa Pig, Suffa Goat. It goes on. Everyone starts joining in. They're all in here, right? The Suffa gang. And then Suffa Cow posting a Suffa Shark. We ended up having a Suffa Shark as well. Love that one. Keep going down. This one, my goodness. Suffa Fly? Suffa Fly. If you guys made it to the very end of the stream yesterday, you saw this, but it was a 6-hour stream, so I know most people probably didn't make it there. That's why I'm sharing this. Look at this fucking fly with Fly Gang and Fly Army, and they gave it the little proboscis pointer thing, which is exactly what the horse flies that have been flying around here have. It's a Suffa horsefly. Suffa Goat with $2 saying, "We love you, Becky. Know that we are here for you." Thank you so much. There's a few more good ones in here. Look, I love even looking at this. I know it's probably small on your screens, but seeing the laughing and how much fun everyone was having. And when I get to the end, I'm going to tell you who is behind all of this, by the way. Suffa Dragon. I wonder if it could be Suffa Slut Dragon. And then I will put this lower so I don't blow out your eardrums, because they sort of rickrolled me, but in a different way. They keem rolled me because I played this sound, and listen to the sound. I didn't mean to do it twice, and it was super fucking high. I turned down the volume for you guys. That sound was super high, scared the shit out of me at the end of the stream. Suffa Sheep. So if you can't sleep, you can Suffa Sleep. Go to Suffa Sleep by counting Suffa Sheep. Suffa Flamingo. I still want to see a Suffa Pelican. Oh, is Joe here? Joe. Sir Joseph Pesci, $2. I'll be in Discord in 6 minutes. Yes, I can't wait. Awesome. This way, I've been waiting to talk to Joe more and get to know him. And there's always been stuff going on where I haven't gotten to do the laid back streams like this. So I'm so excited to bring him up here. Here we go again. Says, my membership is going to end. Thank you for having me around. You guys are awesome. Well, we love having you. And if you ever want to come back, it's only $1.99. We'll be here for you. I'm so glad you got to be here. Here's Suffa Cat. Suffa Cow. Went digital over here. Suffa Cows. Oh, wait, you can't see it when I do it this way. Oh, nope, wrong button. We have Suffa Cow. Suffa Cat, Suffa Fox, Suffa Dog, which looks like the dog from The Simpsons, Suffa Dolphin. I mean, they freaking went crazy with this shit. Suffa Dolphin, Suffa Deer, there's Suffa Shark. I can't believe that all it takes is 2 little dots on the eyes to give something so much character. Like, some artist one day probably accidentally put the dot in the wrong place, and they were probably like, oh, this looks kind of derpy. I'm going to run with this. I just love that. And there's another one. Oh, Suffa Moose. This one. Oh, is somebody else in here? Suffa Cow. Hey, Suffa Cow is in here.
You motherfucker.
Why aren't you Suffa Pony?
Bitch, that's Batgirl over there. My Little Pony with my Walmart wig.
Is that why you're not doing it? Because Suffa Pony is my favorite. I was going to get to you in a second, Gemini. That's Gemini. But he wants his acclaim and credit now. Let's all give Gemini a round of applause. Because he's the one who started the entire Suffa train. Oh, hey.
Motherfucker.
He is the one who started the entire Suffa train yesterday. So I thought it was amazing. He spontaneously had the idea and he just created Suffa Pony, and then everyone else joined in. And then we have Suffa Cock. This one would be me, Suffa Cock.
Oh my God, Becky.
What?
You a hoe?
Well, why not? Why not? Oh, by the way, calls from DoorDash coming in. Savage trying to go IRL on me. Don't fucking bother. Savage and Roxy, by the way. Both of you, but especially Savage. I'm not talking to either of you. If you want to contact me, you can send me an email and make it formal because we are not friends. And beyond that, the only way I'll speak with you is either through the police or the courts. So you want to keep going IRL, I'll just document it and bring it to the police. So no problem. I'm tired of your bullshit. Oh my God.
It's the team.
Speaking of dicks, here's Keemstar. Wait,
you're watching Lol Cow Live.
Wait, I have one more I have to get to in here before we're done. Oh, I asked for this one, Suffa Hermit Crab, because I love drawing hermit crabs. But here's my favorite. Look, Suffa Boop. Look at it. Imagine. Is that not? I shouldn't be wearing my wig for this. If you could see my hair, it's like exactly it. Imagine.
That's a cursed image.
It's not cursed, it's blessed. I was telling Gemini yesterday that now, if me and Suffa Horse ever get married one day, because maybe we want to have our own little Suffa ponies, on the wedding invites, we could have Suffa Horse's picture and Suffa Boop.
My God.
Oh God, maybe today.
You want to see some fuck shit real quick?
Sure, yes, please.
First of all, got the Chucky. This hat I got off Amazon. I'm thinking it's a Bass Pro Shop hat. This is why the motherfucker was $4. It says, that's my ass, bro, stop. What kind of great value shit is this?
But to me, it just looks like it says ass, bro, stop.
Yeah, but what? I thought it said Bass Pro Shop. That fucking beard hair on the motherfucker. A scam.
What
God damn it.
What
It was cheap. I just clicked the motherfucker, add to cart.
Oh, and by the way, the whole Suffa Horse train also started because Suffa Horse was here yesterday. He came back, and I'm very happy to have him back. All right, we're going to keep documenting all these calls. Keep going, Savage.
Who is that? That's Savage?
That's Savage going IRL. That's DoorDash.
Oh, yeah, because she has your phone number.
Oh, by the way, so I don't want to... First of all, Gemini, I would love if you hang around. I have so much fun when you're here. But I just want to address a couple things really quickly, right off the bat, so I don't have to address them for the rest of the stream, right? If you guys were watching Savage's stream, I didn't watch it because she's irrelevant to me, because every point she made didn't matter. Because she was trying to show how much money I owe her, showing the amounts, whatever. It doesn't matter because I owe you zero because you committed fraud. That's how that works. In New York State, I just want to say it's super, super clear, because people are used to hearing employees need to be paid no matter what, right? And that's true usually for employees. She is not an employee. She is an independent, or was an independent contractor, which means she doesn't get paid no matter what. What she gets paid is her wage minus damages caused. She caused more damage, and so did Roxy, than the amount they ever made here. I have the exact number somewhere. I don't have it in my head right now though, but it was like $3,000 or $5,000 extra damage that they caused over what I owe them. So actually, in reality, they owe me money for the damages that were done to the BBU. They do. And if I were to take them to court, they could lose and have to pay me thousands. So I don't like to hear do the right thing and pay them. No, I am doing the right thing. They did the wrong thing by defrauding me. So go tell them to do the right thing next time, and nothing like this would happen. So that's that.
My shoulder full Chucky.
And
Savage
also said apparently that she's going to just try to fix things by going IRL with me, so harassing me and shit. I just want to say another thing about that. Savage is a giant fucking pussy. She gets anxiety even leaving her house, okay? What are you going to do, bitch? What are you going to do? Harass me with DoorDash? Yeah. You can harass all day. I don't fucking care. I'm going to log it for the cops. You were stupid enough to say online that you're going to solve things by going IRL, and then this is happening as soon as I stream after you. Fucking obvious what's going on. Savage is stupid. Get a restraining order? Great idea. I should. For Savage, if she does this, yes, I will. Anyway, so that's everything I had to say about that. Was there anything else you guys wanted me to address? Because I saw the real YouTube shadow had said there were some things I should push back on, but I didn't watch their stream at all, so I have no idea what they said. It's not her number. She's using DoorDash. She's wasting resources. And once again, defrauding DoorDash, bitch, by placing fake orders and wasting their time and resources. And you know what? It's the poor drivers who suffer. It's bullshit. It's not me who suffers. Yep. I'm just sitting here. Maybe we need to make a Suffa Savage.
Oh my God, a Suffa pirate or something?
Suffa Keem.
Oh my God, actually?
Are you? Oh my God, that's so funny.
What?
Okay, so the real YouTube shadow, I addressed that one yesterday, but I'll say it again. Keem said I was laughing at a guy's dying baby. First of all, I think that guy is a troll, but I had to, which is why the first time he said that, I kind of laughed, but then I held it back just on the off chance it wasn't a troll. And by yesterday, I was pretty damn certain it was a troll. So I told him, like, I gave him the phone number to contact a warm line so that he's got people to talk to. I treated him with the appropriate respect, but pretty sure that was a troll. And what happened is when he said, my baby boy died, I just asked, well, was it like a baby boy human, a dog? I didn't know, because people will say shit like that. And it kind of made me giggle because I laughed because I knew I was saying something stupid. And then Gemini said something stupid, which made me laugh more.
So I was like, don't laugh, Becky. They're going to use this.
And that makes me laugh. If you tell me don't laugh, it makes me laugh. You can't do that. I just want to check for Joe, because Joe
he's a troll.
Do you want to hop up into the Queen's Supreme live on air with me, Gemini?
For what?
Because Joe Pesci is going to try to join us. And, oh, yep, he just came into waiting. That way he knows where to find us. Oh, I was still talking when I left. That was stupid. There he is. All right. And Joe, I'm going to bring in Joe.
Do you want me up here or do you want him up here?
I would love both of you up here. Let's see his chemistry with both of us. If you don't mind staying, I love having you around. So up to you. But if you have to go, that's okay. Hey, Joe.
Hello. How are you doing?
You look good, as always. How are you?
Shit, a lot has happened since the last time I saw you.
That's why I haven't had you up here sooner. It's always something. Day after day, it's a new fire, or like 5 fires at once.
I think that tryout was in June 30th. That's a long ago.
I knew when I did that tryout, I was probably starting way too soon, but I wanted to see who was out there. But you've been like top of my list from the beginning. And I just wanted to wait to find the right person for you. But in the meantime, we can at least all of us talk and just see how things go.
That's what I figured. I said that to you before. I said, I'll be ready. I know eventually she's going to reach out. You know, I always knew you were a fan of me getting an opportunity. So I figured I'd stick around.
Well, I think you have great potential. So I'm so happy you stuck around. You were like the main person I cared about sticking around. So I'm glad you're here.
Well, let me make sure my stream's muted and all that shit.
Yeah, your stream is muted, but I was going to say you sound a little low to me. Does he sound low to you, Gemini?
Yeah, I turned it up to 200 just to make sure.
Last time you said that, it came out on the stream bad and it was just on your end, but it should be good now.
Okay, it sounds, I don't know why it's so quiet. Maybe if you put it closer to your mouth. I know we went through this last time too, I remember.
Yeah, no, my shit's usually loud as hell. That's what I said. I usually have to turn my voice down.
Oh, they said the mic is coming from his camera mic? Are you sure that you're using the right...
I was actually going the wrong way. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello?
Are you sure that Discord is using that mic and not your webcam microphone?
Yeah, no, it's the right setting.
Okay.
So what is that, Mike Pence?
Well, we'll work with it.
Does it sound low for the stream?
I'm sorry, what's that? It's a little...
Does it sound low in the stream to the people that are watching?
It's a little low. It sounds really bad quality. That's why I was wondering, because I've seen that mic. I think Psycho Mom had that mic. I think now I have an echo. So you might have to turn it lower again. Sorry. I feel like that mic is not, it's a problem mic. It's not always the best. We always had a hard time with Psycho Mom too when she used that mic.
Should be better now.
We'll work with it. So what have you been up to? What's been going on in your life?
Oh, my life, same old stuff. Like I said, I usually do a night stream where I just random shit every night. I sell cars usually during the daytime. You know, just kind of been waiting and sitting back and watching everything unfold last couple months with you and, you know, all that stuff that happened up north.
What are your
I
would love to know.
ready to go.
What are your thoughts on everything that's happened?
Well, you know, to be honest, the one thing is when you went back, I don't think I ever thought from one moment you were never going to go back. I think what happened with me was it was real quick. I don't think I bet on it, you going back that quick. But I always said, like, when you made that move or whatever, and you brought me up on that show you were on the one night, well, I was like, the one thing is, you know, some people might say she turned her back or whatever, but she's been reaching out to me and she's been putting me over in front of people that I don't even know. So it's kind of hard for me to be, you know, an asshole to somebody that was bringing me up every time, you know, I was around or whatnot. But I think I always thought you were going to go back. Now, see, I'm more of a hustler person, so with the money thing, I'm always a believer that you pay people even if they're a piece of shit. But that's just me, where I come from or everything. It doesn't mean I hold you against it or whatever. That's why I said I'm used to dealing with hustlers and people like that, so, you know, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Most of the time, I'm the same way. Like 99% of the time, I want to pay somebody and be done with it. I don't want any headaches. And if anything, I'm the type of person who pays more to avoid headaches. You know what I mean? But in this case, I just felt like there's the fraud thing, but there's also just been so much manipulation and everything going on behind the scenes that I could let the fraud go. But because they're trying to make my life miserable, I will not let it go. Then I will make their lives miserable. And they're just going to learn the lesson the hard way.
I get that some people just have different principles. It's like I've dealt with a lot of like shysters, and sometimes I just had to give it to them. I get it where you're coming from,
Yeah.
but there's gonna be people that don't like that no matter what.
Oh, for
And that's just the
sure.
reality.
Yeah, I definitely understand. I've had some people message me. I think Mary was one of them, actually. She messaged me saying she thought I should pay them. And when I didn't, she went and donated $100 to Lol Cow Live and started donating money to Savage instead.
And with you, Becky, it's like when I came out and tried out or whatever, I kind of already knew what I was like dealing with, and I'm not even saying that in a bad way. It's like you're gonna be dealing with
Yeah.
someone that at any time shit might fucking fly off the hand. And I guess I looked at it like this: like when I thought you were going back to the LCU and they were calling it the B circuit, I said, well, let's turn the B circuit into the A circuit. I didn't look at it like you
right.
turned your back on me because you kept reaching out. But I understand where the people that got upset at you are going to be upset. That's just how it
Yeah.
is. I just think you went back a little fast. I think if you wouldn't have shitted on them that month and went back that month, you might have been all right. And I don't even think you'd be getting much backlash if you didn't owe those girls money. So if you didn't owe those girls money, I think everyone would already be over this, and all your big donors and everyone would be back in here. It's just people are like afraid to come in here now because you're on the bullseye. There's probably like 15 people watching
That's
this
true.
right now, ready
That's
to
true.
clip it or whatever. But I think this is where you got to prove that you have thick skin, I guess. And I'm ready to do that.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm glad that you appreciated that I kept talking to you. I feel like I haven't talked to you enough. And that was actually my problem I ran into with Vixie. She said I didn't treat her well. All I did, I talked to her about as much as I talked to you, a little more, but I just didn't talk to her.
Is she really a guy or no?
I don't think so. I think that was a prank. That was a prank.
Right?
Yeah, apparently that was a prank. I never actually watched that episode, but it was supposed to be.
Okay.
But I forgot what I was just saying. But anyway, Gemini, why did you take off your hat? You're not going to leave it on? Oh, because you're bald. You're pretend. I get it. Because you're
Look
bald.
at the side chat real quick.
Our side chat? Let me see.
Yeah.
Can you see it, Joe? There's
supposed to be clean?
Suffa Pirate, I guess is a parrot. And Suffa
And
Keem
suffocate.
got extra special eyes.
We got to give Kim a lot of credit. He brought a lot of people together, though. At least I
shit.
know who you are through a guy like that. I mean, the universe was a great idea. Whether they try to shit on it or not, it was a great idea by him to do that. Because you're going to meet talent. You're going to meet people that aren't. And, that's how I met you.
Marijuana, what did she write in her dono in chat? They're talking about Mary being on live today.
And she said Keem is always right and that you need to pay them.
If you watch live, you know who Mary is. Shout out to Mary.
No shout out to Mary. And you know why? I have to say, anybody, this is new as of today, but pretty much anybody who is in Savage's chat over there supporting, especially financially, I'm really kind of not okay with it. Usually I'm okay with that stuff. The reason why I'm not okay with it is because she had Richie there, my ex.
That's why I reached out in the beginning and I said, I'm just looking to do this for free. I'm not looking to be no paid whatever. There's too much, I always said that if you're talented enough, the money will find you. I mean, I just know how that goes from being out here.
No,
But
I
never wanted nothing when I came here except opportunities.
Well, you've been incredible that way, but the money would follow, and of course you would get paid. It's just those two that I have the issue with.
I wouldn't be surprised if I did it. I'm just kidding.
No, you could ask Gemini. I love giving him money. I give him bonuses and shit because he's amazing.
If I bust your balls, so that kissing your ass wouldn't look good.
No, it's okay. You should. I don't like yes men. I did think it was gross of her. She had Richie there, and she was being so supportive. They were like fawning over him, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so disgusting. So I can't support that personally. Somebody who's willing to go that low to try to hurt me, I'm not gonna be.
I will say the girl that took your spot over on Queens, not really a fan of her. Like, you know what? I'll be honest. I was, like I said, the way I found you was through Tina D. Tina D turned me from a casual listener to an everyday, and that's how I found you. I think Tina needs to be on live. Just put her on live with Boogie. She's a lot better when she could fucking bounce off of them. When she has to bounce off of fucking, no talent, you're just fucking making her want to She wouldn't have to smash pies on her face if she was in live. I'm telling you, she wouldn't have to.
Well, she would if Mike. Well, it depends on how much Mike.
Well, Mike, yeah, he might recommend it, but still, I think she would be able to get over with her mouth over there. There's more to say.
I don't think she'd be able to do it. Do you know why? I could be wrong.
She can't run OBS?
No, nothing to do with OBS. Do you know why?
I think she'd be up for it if you fucking sat her down and said, look, Tina, this is what this pays, and this is what you got to do.
You mean if I tried to get her over here?
No. I'm saying.
Oh, you mean
not
if
over
I
here,
said that to her?
Over there.
Yeah. No,
No, she would never turn on Mike, and that's a good quality that she has.
Here's
Whether
why.
she has a lot of bad qualities, loyalty is a good quality.
Here's why I don't think she would be good, because she can't have anyone outperform her or outshine her ever. As soon as that starts happening, especially for a while, she starts not being part of the show and actually sabotaging it. And if she's with Boogie and Keem, they're both going to outshine her. So I think if she was there for like a week or something, or a few days, maybe.
I wouldn't put. I think she could hang.
I do think overall, though, and this is a mistake that Keem has made multiple times, is, yeah, she kind of sucks with Gidgey. For the network as a whole, it would be better if they probably put her there. And that was the same when I was there. As a whole, for the network, it would have been better if they had put me on live. But they never want to break up Queens for some reason.
Yeah.
Probably because it's Keem's only successful spinoff.
We watch on the same show, so shout out to Suffa.
Yeah. Mary Wanna says, I'm very disappointed with Mary. I really thought she was a true blue Becky supporter. I did too. And it's like people change their minds and that's fine. You know, she could go wherever she wants. But how do you donate to somebody like Savage when she says she's going to go IRL and she's actually doing it? How do you support that? I don't know. I can't support people who support that. She's being nasty.
There's a lot of people that are going to feel sorry for them because they didn't get paid.
Because they're going to cry about it. And they're basically being cry bullies. Because I'm handling it exactly the way it's supposed to be handled under the law here in New York. This is exactly how I'm supposed to do it. Talk to several lawyers about it, you know? So.
Shit, you should see if they let you tape it. That'd be a fucking great watch.
Could you say that again?
I said you should see if they'd let you tape that.
In court? Probably they might. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's ever.
Live stream in court? Oh my God.
I don't think it's right. Oh my God, Lol Cow Court, Becky Boop Court. We could have this
literally
court show. Okay, first of all, I just want to say really quick, this is kind of fun. I'm enjoying this with you two guys. This is nice. Gemini,
I feel like I'm just existing.
Did you draw on a mustache? You are. It's because I'm talking a lot. I have to
No.
shut up and let you talk. I've never noticed your mustache before.
I always shave it off. I hate it.
It makes you look like because your mustache goes like this and your eyebrows go like this, and it's just funny.
You motherfucker.
They're like running away from each other.
That's like your fucking two titties running away from each other.
You feel nervous doing these shows, or how do you feel? You feel better?
How do I feel? Today
Yeah, after that week off.
I was very nervous coming back. Anytime I take time away, it's hard to come back. Even if it was for no reason, it's just I fall out of the groove of things. The first couple streams were hard. By today, I feel great. Today, I felt really good. Starting.
You know, that's pretty ballsy. Whether you like her or hate her, I mean, for her to come back on there, it's going to take some strength, and God bless you for that.
It did take some strength. That's why I had to take that time off to build up my strength. Gemini was a big part of it too. Like Gemini really, him and Cece behind the scenes were so sweet and thoughtful and like checking in on me, and they kept things running and just gently nudging me, you know, in the best ways possible. They were fantastic. I'm sorry?
I figured you'd come back. I knew if you came back that Friday right after, that would have been crazy, but
yeah,
you came back. That's all that matters. They got to give you credit. They said you got to move forward at one point, and now you are.
Yeah. That was like the most brutal thing ever, going through that. And then I knew when I was going to come back, I was going to suffer more punches. So I just had to build up my reserves first, especially when I knew the decision I was going to make with Savage and Roxy. I knew that's not going to be fun because legally in the real courts, I might be right. But in the court of public opinion, I'm going to lose and lose hard. My thing is go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you though. I don't know how that's going to work out. Cause see, I mean, I've been in some trouble back in my day, but I'm saying I think even if they go to court, they might be screwed. I'm not saying that to be an asshole, but that's just how the internet works sometimes. It'll be interesting to see how. That's why I said it'd be awesome if you could tape it.
Yeah,
That'd
right.
be great.
Right. But yeah, and I see Sassy Italian in the chat saying, get the fuck out. Richie is a monster. Yeah, once again, I've always said, like, anyone who's friends with him or whatever, I can't really deal with. And yeah, it's so. The one thing
Hold on.
What was that, Gemini?
Oh, I was. Someone was saying justice for Richie, so I got rid of them.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, anybody who's a Richie sympathizer will be banned. You guys just aren't welcome here. This is a safe place for me where I don't have to deal with that bullshit. There was something I was going to say right before that, but it just skipped my mind. So I'm giving you a chance to talk, Gemini.
I don't know. I'm just feeling awkward. I'm just sitting here.
Why? We're just chatting. Just chat
Let
with
me ask you a
us.
question. You were doing the cosplay of Wednesday. Why are you such a big fan of Wednesday?
I don't know. I just love Wednesday. And I look like a big Wednesday Adam's apple.
I didn't know there was a story behind the whole Wednesday thing. I thought it was interesting.
Well, I was sitting here and I was like, I need to do something for my show. And I was like, oh, the new fucking season's coming out. Let me be fat ass Wednesday Adams.
The one thing you dropped the ball on was when Local Live was rating you. You should have just pretended they weren't and act like you started doing your show. You know what I mean? 'Cause they threw you out of your rhythm. You kind of had your shit going on, and then when they came in, it kind of threw you in a, little spiral.
That's what they do. That's why they do it. BB Phil, welcome to Becky Gang. Thank you. Oh, let me put my goals on the screen so that people remember.
Dark Side Phil page.
I haven't reached out to him, but I would like to. I'd love to have him on here.
He never does collabs like this, and the problem is because I do like a detractor segment on Dark Side Phil.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with the guy. I like watching him, but he's not a guy that likes to play ball. I truly believe he's the king of the locale. And the reason why I say that is when DSP goes live, there might only be a couple hundred people watching him, but there's a couple thousand people watching him on restream channels that don't miss a beat, don't miss a day. Wings doesn't have that. Boogie doesn't have that.
Well,
That's
Wings has that. Wings has that, I think. He's got like Breaking Banquet and all those channels.
Not as big, though. Breaking Banquet's one guy who makes videos. Dark Side Phil is restreamers that'll have 1,400 people in there. Shout out to WPIG. They'll have big time people in there.
I don't know him that well.
Just to watch Phil Beck.
I don't know him
and not hit his goal. That's the fun in it.
Yeah, I never knew about him until I was dating Rich. So Review Tech, the other Rich, not Richie, Rich. So I don't know his background. Rich is
I'm always a Review Tech guy. I can understand why you don't get along with him, but I've always got along with him. I can't say I get along with him at this point. What bothered me with Review Tech that I feel like he never That's my thing. I'm like a guy that'll be nice to the meanest of bears.
Well, that's cool. I don't mind who you're friends with. It gives us a bit of variety and different opinions. It's good that we have different opinions. But what I never liked about him, and maybe you could give me your thoughts on this, either of you, was the way. Okay, when I was invited to go on Lolcow Live, right, to talk about him, the main reason I accepted, and I swear to God, people might not believe this, but it was the truth, was I kind of wanted to help Rich, Review Tech, too. And it seems like, how does going there help him? It's because they were going to attack him, and their plan, Jay had told me behind the scenes, was they were about to go after Lauren. That's his, baby mama. That's extremely important, right? And me and him just have an on and off thing that's no big deal. So I figured, let me go on and I'll deflect. And I threw some softballs. Oh, it took him forever to kiss me, whatever. But it stopped them from going hard on Lauren and causing actual hurt. So I was kind of bothered that he never understood that.
Now, I could be wrong. This is just a flat out guess. I think a part of them might have saw your success and the kind of money you were making and being a locale. And, a lot of people were in the beginning where they really had your back. You know what I mean? That's why I said when I called WNW, I was like, this girl has a good promo. She knows what she's doing. I mean, she's, as long as she can stay away from the drinking and crashing out, she'll be just fine. Because I think you cut some of your best promos when you're like maybe kind of tipsy, but not full of bleep, whatever that word is.
You'll be drunk and high, Becky.
Well,
The high's fine. I've noticed when you're high, it seems like you have more control. You might laugh a lot more, you're like giggly and shit, but it's not like you're full. I've never seen you cry when you were full high. I might be wrong, but when you're fully stoned, usually you don't look to cry. From what I know.
Yeah, because it makes me very happy. So it's just like, it's like taking a happy pill. Everything is happy. It's like when I dance, even if I start out angry, I end up happy. How can you not be happy when you dance, So it's just one of those things.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, he was just a part of him was probably a little bit jealous of your success. Who knows? I don't know. One of my girls fucking was on a podcast and it blew up. I might feel some kind of way. I don't know what I'd feel, but who knows?
Yeah. This is a bad
He's jealous because he's not with Becky no more. That's why he was jealous. He want to be fucking Becky.
Who, Keem?
Not Lauren, ugly ass.
Oh, Rich.
Someone asked if I'm a Keem plant. No,
Yeah.
I don't know them. I've always, when Becky said she was doing tryouts, I always said I didn't try out for local because I thought you really had to be a true local to try out over there. And I never felt like I'm not great. So when Becky said she was starting a new network and she wanted to push other people's channels, I just signed up. I still watch the LCU. I don't not watch it, but it's not like I'm some hater.
Do you know what's so sad about all of it is I feel like, the stuff with Savage and Roxy, had it not fallen apart, it was going so well. It was going so well. The network was doing amazing. And I'm like, I love what I'm doing now, but I've kind of gotten used to not running other shows.
I was like, damn, the numbers are a little high right now to do the flip.
Yeah, right? And I don't know why they did, but Keem was in their ear. I shouldn't say I don't know why. That was why. He was in their ear. He was in my ear too. The difference was when he was in my ear, I told both of them. I went to both of them immediately. And Keem, he told me specifically when we were talking, he was like, don't tell Roxy and don't tell Savage. So I immediately told Roxy and told Savage. Whereas Savage and Roxy, he probably told the same thing and they concealed it from me. And there you go with the collusion and fraud. I know that doesn't sound like fraud to people. You think of a different definition for fraud.
Yeah, it kind of does. I don't know. Maybe I just said it. Whatever you have your mindset on, Becky, go for it.
Yeah.
It was like the girl that burned herself with the McDonald's coffee, and she said she was going to file a lawsuit on him. They told her she was crazy, and look what happened from that.
For me, it's just a matter of principle. I'm weird like that. I'll fight fights that don't really make sense. Although this one I think makes sense, but sometimes I'll fight fights that don't make sense, but they make sense to me based on my principle. And this is one of those things. Loyalty and trust, that is the most important thing in the world to me. And the fact that they broke both of those, there was...
Now, if someone asks you a question like this, who's more loyal, you or them? How would you answer that?
Ooh, loyal to who?
I'm saying, who's more, okay, you got you here, you got Savage and Roxy over here. Mm-hmm. And someone says, between the three, or Becky, if you're more loyal than these people, explain why. Who's more loyal, them or you? There's nothing wrong with you saying them, and I'm just, that's the character you play as a heel.
Well, no, I just meant loyal to who? Because Roxy and Savage were loyal
in general. A loyal person. Are you more loyal than that?
Oh, I think so, for sure. I thought Roxy was going to be loyal for life, and Savage says she's loyal, but neither of them were. For me, the reason why I feel I'm more loyal, I'll just use the BBU as an example since we all know it, is... First of all, I largely created the BBU because Roxy decided to leave LCU, and I felt felt like even though she didn't leave because of me, or I didn't talk to her to leave, I guess she did leave because of me, but that wasn't planned. I felt a bit responsible for her, and so I tried to take her in and take care of her. That was loyalty. And I told her on the phone, I said, the fact that you left at the same time I did made my position so much more powerful that as long as you don't do like anything wrong, I will take care of you for life. I've got you. Because that's how.
Only because she thought she was going into something new, and then it was literally an overnight decision. It was like, here's Savage. The next night, see you later, Savage.
Yeah. Well, you know what happened? What I think really started it all was iVixie. When I had, not that it's her fault, but the first stream with iVixie when I had her on was before the all night stream that Savage and Roxy were supposed to do. And then Roxy saw, I think because of you, Gemini, you mentioned how much iVixie made. So that got into Roxy's head a bit. And then she was jealous that iVixie made that money. And so she didn't want to do the stream and she left. And that was the start of the downfall.
I wonder if putting a title on everything affected stuff, like you being the boss, 50% of channels, all that. I wonder if you guys would have just, I don't know, took it slower or something.
We needed a boss. Without it, they would have never gotten along. Like Roxy and Savage started falling apart right away. I was keeping them together.
The one thing you showed in that is you could get along with people that you once didn't get along with. I remember the Savage
true.
and Roxy feud. I was front and center for that. I might have not been some like big commenter in Queen's chat, but I was a watcher. And I remember all your promos. I said that was your best, that's why a lot of people loved you in the beginning, I think. Just ability to talk shit and make it believable. It's like a wrestler. It's like Hulk Hogan.
Which is funny because I was never a wrestling person. I never watched any of it. And when somebody said I could cut a good promo, I was like, what does that mean? I had no idea.
Some of the best promos are bullshit. So even if you weren't bullshitting, it's a good promo.
It was the one thing I liked about Queens a lot is it did let me kind of ham it up and actually act. And I had never done that before. And I loved it. That part was very fun. And being the heel, fucking loved it. Extremely fun. They would always go too far, though. It never got to just stay Actually, I shouldn't say that. From what I've heard from what I've seen from the little bits of wrestling stuff I've watched, a lot of wrestling is very toxic behind the scenes. So maybe it's actually the same. I don't know.
Now you got me thinking about the microphone. It works fine on my stream. That's what I said. Do I fucking go out and buy a few $100 microphone or?
Gemini, great. I was just thinking about that. Gemini has a mic how much did your mic cost?
$50.
And look at how his mic sounds very good here. So maybe you might want to try the mic he got.
It's the same brand as that. It's this. Fiend. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's fucking light.
But maybe it's settings or something.
That's what I said. Sometimes they tell me to shut my mouth.
It's probably because we always had this issue in the LCU when you're jumping between shows. Everyone has their base volume level different. Like usually I'm actually the low one, so I'm kind of shocked that you're low. I don't know what's going on. But Suffa, he has a mic. It's just I don't know what's going on with it.
This ain't even that old.
Okay, could you do me a favor? Can you sit back here and just say something? Like sit back a little bit and say something.
Hello.
Now come really close to it and say hello.
Hello.
It is using that mic. Wow. Because I would swear it's using like a webcam mic. No, it's using that mic. CM Gonzo, welcome to Becky Gang. It's the settings. It's got to be something. We'll have to figure it out one day. I'm not a sound person though, but we can try.
Becky, I'm gonna jump out. You ain't getting no donos with my big ass up here.
It's not because I think that happens every time. A lot of times whenever we have actual content, donos go down. But that's okay, Gemini. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. You're gonna lose your eye candy. I'm so sorry, Becky.
Oh my God. By the way, what's up with the yellow glasses?
You don't like my always giving jaundice?
John, what? No, I didn't say that. I was just wondering why you were wearing
These are
them.
my fancy glasses. I got them on Amazon for $1.
Oh, I was going to say, are those real? Why were you wearing them? Just for decoration?
Sunglasses. He was wearing sunglasses. Usually you have your sunglasses on with your dick growing out your fucking eye.
But they didn't look like sunglasses. They just look like regular glasses to me. So
I'm always been a sunglasses guy when I'm on.
oh yeah,
TV
Joe's
or
wearing. Wait a
podcast or
second.
whatever.
Wait, I got Zoe hair on my sunglasses.
Yeah, nasty back glasses.
It's from
Christ.
Zoe.
Is that cat hair?
You know why I got yellow glasses,
cat
motherfucker?
hair.
Because I'm a lemon ass motherfucking bitch. That's why I got yellow glasses. You want to talk about my goddamn yellow?
My glasses.
Fuck you, Becky.
I had these right by my keyboard, and Zoe's favorite place to lay is right on my keyboard. So she left me a little memento.
Oh yeah, and for people who were watching last night, Becky was still live. The 50 people that were in here. Zoe was just waiting to jump on that keyboard and turn the camera on. See your big ass laying in bed.
Now I like this. Now that we have the glasses on, now is when we should talk about shady business. Because we're wearing our shades.
Okay, what's the shady business?
I don't know. I think we've been talking about it anyway. But what's that? Do we have any other shady stuff to talk about? I don't know.
Oh my god.
It's just funny. It's just a little joke. No, I don't actually have anything shady to talk about. I'm feeling too good today.
Well, yeah, that's good because I said when you did the tryouts like a month ago, it's kind of like right when you started taking that medication. And I said maybe she's just not thinking right. She might just be sick and fucking sleeping all day.
Oh, there you go.
That was a big part of it. Mad Scientist with $20. How about a tarot card reading? Well, do you have a specific
You
question?
saved my house, mad scientist.
Thank you. I'm using a different deck today. Do you have a specific question? If not, I will take a random question from the chat or maybe from you guys if you have a question. CC says, tell Joe to tap his mic to be sure it's the one connected. Do you want to give that a
Oh, my
try?
Lord.
Do what though?
Tap your mic. Oh. I don't hear
I don't
it.
think it's
I
connected.
It is using the wrong mic. I think it's you. No, your mic is okay. It's your settings on Discord. It's using a web camera mic or something.
Can you hear mine?
Oh, no, I can't. Can you hear mine?
I'm thinking
Yeah.
that's just your Discord room because before I came in here, I checked my volume in my Discord and no one said I sounded funny.
That's weird. I don't hear yours either, Gemini. So I don't know.
What the fuck?
Oh, what just changed?
Hello, can you hear me now?
That's
Now your
correct.
mic's connected.
Yes, and you're loud as hell. Now we could put down your volume. Thank you. That was
My
it.
bad. I saw what I did wrong. I had my voice mod connected to it, and I don't have it through the.
Oh my God, this is like 1,000 million billion times better. Holy shit. Now we can have a
dead.
show.
All right, I'm here now.
So much better.
Did anyone hear anything I said before, though?
I sound like
Was it that low?
ass. Someone said I sound like ass now.
No, you sound fine. We heard what you said, but the thing is, it was hard. You had to strain to hear it because it just had like noise and stuff. So it could make it very easy for people to just tune out and stop listening. Because if you have to
I
listen
got it now.
actively,
My
you know.
fault.
Well, no biggie. So let me see what questions. Do we have any questions here? From Mad Scientist, did you have a question? If not, I will do a tarot reading about something. I'll have to figure it out.
You did, but you sound good now, Gemini.
I could ask the cards.
I have
do
so much
something like a
suppression
tarot
on my
card reading.
shit.
Hmm?
Who donated,
Where
man?
you learn to do the tarot card reading? Who taught you that?
I taught myself. So I was living in Korea during COVID and I was in a tiny shoebox apartment with a tiny window. Couldn't really go outside much COVID. You know, I was staying in, trying not to get sick in the beginning. And I figured it was just like a little path. I'll say it really quickly. I decided to work on issues I had. Like, well, now's a great time to work on my inner self because I'm stuck inside anyway, right? So I started with spirituality. I actually started with Buddhism. Then I got into Carl Jung, which is psychology. He does a lot of stuff on synchronicities and magical stuff too. It's just instead of him calling it magic, he calls it the subconscious mind. That's the only difference. And so then I just started playing with cards because I just had a thing for cards. I've always loved shuffling cards. And I had this regular card deck and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if I could do more with cards than just shuffling them? And just playing.
You know, if you're doing it right, anybody ever teach you?
Oh, because there's meanings. So, okay, there's a couple ways to do it. Fiery Fiery Phoenix, thank you so much for $10.
Like you could just be looking at a card and see a reindeer and go, this means you're going to be a pilot.
Well, you could do that actually. Hi, Fiery Phoenix with $10. Thank you so much. Hi, BBU for life. So there's 2 ways that readings are done. Every card has a meaning. There's 78 cards. And they all have a structure as well. Like there's a major arcana, minor arcana. So you learn all the book meanings. And that's one way to do it. And even then, there's so many meanings for each card. It's a lifetime's worth of study. And you still have to kind of use your intuition to figure out which meaning applies in that reading. The other thing is what you were doing. The other way of reading is called intuitive reading, where, and I do this, I'll pick a card right now for you, Joe. I'll pick a card. Spirit, tell me something that's going on in Joe's life.
We saw tarot card reading where like the people that did it were like money launderers.
Oh no, I do it for real. I do it for real. I'm not one of those. Like I also I never worked at
Like I feel like I could read a crystal ball too.
You
know what I mean?
Well, first of all, anybody can. There's nothing special about being a psychic. It's just a skill like any other skill, but you have to practice it. And most people don't. Because when you get psychic messages or you get downloads, they're called a lot of times, it's like trying to hear a whisper in a crowded bar. You have to get really good at tuning out everything else that's going on and hearing that message and saying it and not being afraid to say it. That's actually the hardest part, because when you get messages like that, it'll be random stuff and you feel stupid saying it, because if you use your brain, it's like, there's a 99% chance if I say this, it's going to be wrong. But you have to force yourself to say it, and it's, in my case, it ends up being right. But here, I'll pick a card for.
Let's give it a whirl.
I'll pick a card for you and show you how I would do this.
I'm a guy that is down to believe in ghosts and all that stuff. You never know.
Do you have a? We'll do the tarot reading for you, since I didn't get a question for that one. What question would you like to ask, Joe?
What question would I like to
About
ask?
anything. It could be about money. It could be about your future here. It could be about your, the way you sell cars. It could be about anything that's on your mind. Or if you don't have anything, I could just do a general reading. But those are a little trickier.
I don't know what question to ask, honestly. There's like so many I would love to ask, but
you can't think of any? Can you think of an area, like maybe your love life or financial? Or do you just want a general reading and I'll see what comes out?
Yeah, see what comes up. I don't even know where to go with the question.
Okay. So, Spirit, do you have any messages that you would like for Joe to know? Oop. Try not to spill my... Wait. Okay, I just dropped a card, so that's one I have to take. King of Cups. This is so interesting. So I'll tell you. So, all right, I'll tell you exactly how I read this card. So... Tarot has a lot to do with symbols and meetings. Water represents emotion, and the cup suit is about emotion and love and relationships, friendships. And this is the King of Cups. So the king represents the outward display of emotion. And since water represents emotion, and in your case, so I'm looking at that, right? So I know this is about emotions. And it's interesting because you were just talking about emotions before. And this is the king, which means he has full control over his emotions. In fact, you have such...
It's funny you say king. That's the name of my Xbox thing, is King Joseph Pesci.
So that's another thing. As a psychic, a lot of times things like that happen and I don't even know, and people get their messages that way. It just, whatever happens, it just comes out. The cards, whatever's meant, it just happens. It just
All right,
does.
I got a question now. What's my future in podcasting?
Oh, okay. Well, first, just that.
Or should I say, is there a future?
Okay.
And that's another one of my nicknames, believe it or not.
What is?
Future.
Really?
On YouTube, I'm called Joseph Pesci, but in the streets, they call me Future. True story.
Spirit. Well, first, by the way, just to finish that King of Cups card, the cup was open. And so what I got from that is you feel very comfortable and in control being either with yourself or for somebody else being open with their emotions. So I would have had to pull more cards to see what that's about. It could be literally about the conversation we were having before, as you with the king trying to give me guidance on my emotions, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's what That's why I sent you a message
Yeah.
one time. I said, I think it's very important if I ever do come on and meet you, I can't be like just someone that's going to kiss your ass. I had to be someone that's at least going to be honest about certain shit or whatever. But I'll always be loyal to someone like you for giving me opportunity. You'll never hear some story like, we got to get rid of that kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My reputation, I got a pretty good reputation. It's not like it's my first rodeo, but it's definitely going to be first rodeo on a stage this big.
Gemini, I'm just thinking, you read cards too. Do you want to, if somebody donates another 20, do you want to do the next reading? Or you could even do a reading for Joe too if you want. We could do readings on each other. But for Joe, Spirit, what is Joe's
So
future?
the mic's fine now.
Yes. What is Joe's future in podcasting?
See, I drew one for that question, but I want to see what hers comes out, if it's the same.
Okay, so I got the Two of Cups. This is a card. This is a card of partnership. Yes, it could be romantic. Maybe that's why Gemini is giggling. But it's also just a card of two people coming together. It could be friendship, but combining their forces in a positive way. So it looks like maybe, I mean, hey, it could be talking about us right now. We got me and you sitting right here. Maybe that's part of the future. Let's see what the next card says.
Well, it's crazy that you called your show
The one
King
that I got.
Supreme. If you go on my channel, you'll see that I never called myself King, but I used to do some like skits or whatever, and people would refer to me as King.
That's really
And I
funny.
think it's because I was a co-host of a guy that called himself King.
It's funny that you say that. Mad Scientist, I was waiting for your question. What question did you want me to do for you? Need to ask me a question. Oh, no, I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry. Oh, the Kings thing. Yeah, it's funny because I did think of calling another show Kings, and I thought of you for that.
I can
so-
prove all this. I'm not making this up. This is all on video and all
no,
that.
that's how this works, and that's part of why I can do readings without cards. But part of why I like the cards is so that people can see I'm not fucking around and making it up. I can point to them exactly where I'm getting the messages from. Like
I believe it. It seems like you take it real serious.
Oh, I study this.
I would never shit on something that someone takes serious, whether
no,
it's
this is-
believing in UFOs or whatever.
The whole reason I decided to study tarot is because I love learning, and I knew it would be a lifetime worth of learning, and so I wanted to learn. And I was learning for a while, and then it wasn't until I started doing readings for other people that the psychic part started coming out, where I would say things that would connect for them, and it could be the most I have so many stories. But first, I just want to show you one thing with this card. It shows that these people, you could see right up here, the key is combining their forces. And if you notice all the books in the background, this would be intuitive reading, by the way.
Pentacles.
This part I'm doing is intuitive. I'm using symbols and going with what comes to mind. Books represent knowledge. So it looks like combining knowledge with somebody in a way that complements you, because these are complementary colors. So you need to, it looks like you need a partner. That's step one for your future.
I always told people, I always said I'd be good with a little guidance, because I usually do better in situations where I know what this, what we're talking about, what the topic is. There might be a lot of shit I'm good at talking about that people don't give a damn. But if it's something that you want to initiate, and like I always say, with a little guidance, I could do whatever when it comes to podcasting or, Like I always wanted to be an actor. That was the dream growing up. But some things happened one day, maybe I'll tell you the story, that led me to a different life, like a life of, just a life of craziness.
I mean,
but,
yeah, go ahead.
and I didn't really come back to podcasting until like literally the last 3 years.
By the way, Mad Scientist, I saw your question. I'll get there in 1 second. So far, I'm not, usually I tend to pull 3 cards for a reading. So far, I'm not feeling that any more want to come out, but give me 2 seconds. Spirit, can you elaborate on this message for Joe and his future of podcasting? Maybe tell us more about this partnership. This one. 4 of Cups. Okay, once again, I'm immediately drawn to the fact that let's get that to focus, surrounded by all these books. This is knowledge. And so the book meaning of this card, the Four of Cups, could be that you're overlooking something. You're looking at a bunch of other stuff, but meanwhile there's an opportunity that's there that you're not seeing because you're just looking in the wrong direction. But in this case, I'm not going to use that meaning. I'm going to override it intuitively. It looks like you have a lot of knowledge that needs to be shared. Like, I think
Well, what's interesting about that card, you're saying that it makes you think that, or it's there's something I'm not doing, or that I should be doing that I'm not.
That's the book meaning. Yep.
And I've said that. That's what's crazy. I said there were things I did for like my first couple of years on YouTube, and then when I started gaming, I got really lazy. Like it was like I stopped networking the way I used to and did all that. And
Were you gaming for YouTube? Or
I kind of regret
fun?
it. I should have just started doing the shit I was doing in the beginning when I was bouncing around doing things.
I hear you.
I just kind of got lazy.
I say that with YouTube. I was invited to the partner program way in the beginning in like 2011. And it was before that. But when I started YouTube in 2012, I felt like somewhere around there. It was 2012. When I started then, I felt like I was too late to the game. I was like, I'm probably too late to make it big. And now look at it. How stupid was that to think, right?
That's why I always said the free thing. I said I would always look at YouTube as something I would do for free because I always feel like I came too late to the dance to be one of these big time money creators. So just do it as, do it for fun and see what happens. Don't get all serious. Don't get bent out of shape, be thick skinned. Not everyone's going to like you.
Yeah.
Most people will probably hate you.
Well, there you go. And I'll pull one more card for you, and then I'm going to get to Mad Scientist. Spirit, anything else about Joe's future with podcasting? Feel the one on the bottom. Oh, that's two that want to come out. We've got the Fool and the Lover. Oh, my God. Jeb and I might have thoughts on this. We have the Fool and the Lover. So the Fool is about starting a journey. It's about taking a new journey, taking a leap of faith, starting something new, and trusting that the path will unfold for you. All right. And it looks like also with the white rose, it's catching my attention. That represents purity of heart. So I think as long as I think exactly what you said is right. You're kind of getting a confirmation from Spirit that as long as you're pursuing this from a good place, like having fun, that is part of your future with podcasting. And then this is the one that Gemini might have a comment on, because let me show you the other card. The Lovers came out. I'm trying to get it to focus. Sorry. The Lovers came out. So it doesn't always mean love. That can mean a choice. But what in this case, the way I'm reading it as a whole, when I combine it with this card, do you see all this coupling going on?
I'm looking.
It looks to me like we're supposed to work together. That's what I think. Because there's literally a man and a woman right fucking here. And it's about both of them coming together in both images.
Before you met me, Becky, I said on my stream before when I was introducing people to who you are, I said, Becky really doesn't know who I am. But I believe that if I go on there, I'll be able to get along with her. And I was right from the first day I tried out or whatever. But, a lot of shit happened or whatever. But I always said, that day will come. I always said, I feel like I'm stuck in Jumanji. And what you did was you kind of rolled the dice and you hit my number. So now I'm out. You remember in Jumanji?
I don't think I've seen Jumanji.
Robin Williams was stuck in the board game, and then finally someone rolled his number and got him out. That's how I feel.
I've never seen Jumanji. I've seen wasn't there a roller skating girl in one scene or something? That's the only thing. But if that's the only clip I've seen of it. Otherwise, I've never seen it.
Oh my God. When you do Mad Scientist, I want to see if we get the same answer. I have my card I drew for his question.
Do you want to say your card and then I could do Mad Scientist?
King of Pentacles for the Mad Scientist question.
Oh my God. Oh, that's for
He says he's going to get a raise, and that's the card of luck and prosperity.
Oh.
And it's a yes answer and a yes or no. So your raise. Let's see if Becky gets the same thing.
I think it's hilarious that Gemini just gives like a sentence answer, and I'm here giving an entire life story. I'm
like, if you look into the picture and you see this and this, and I'm just like,
a tarot reader.
Well,
She didn't know that.
training.
She's been doing this for 5 years. She's like, this. If you look at this one, she's crawling her ass up the spider web. That means you're crawling into a new journey in your life.
all right, Mad
I have to
I'm
tell
just
you
like
what
the
it
type of guy
means.
that jokes around a lot. If it does sound like I bust balls, I'm just busting balls. That's it.
All right, Mad Scientist, I got you. So let's see what we get. Spirit, is Mad Scientist going to get a raise? Or do you have any other information to share about his prosperity? I usually try to not do yes or no questions. That's probably why.
I do yes or no.
Yeah, see, that's why. That's why. Yes or no is short. You answer that quickly. I do open-ended.
Can you do health reading? Fire Phoenix with $5.
Thank you so much, Fiery. Yes, I can. I can for you. Just, of course, know that I'm not a medical professional and all those disclaimers. But yes, I could if you would like. All right, Mad Scientist. Spirit, is Mad Scientist going to get a raise?
Elvira costume would be a good look, though. I was an Elvira fan.
I love Elvira.
My God.
Here we go.
People are going to give you a new nickname. You're going to be like El Viagra or something.
Yeah, put a coffin in the background.
Oh, Lord.
I'm pulling a few
El
cards.
Viagra.
Four of Swords, Knight of Cups. Okay, you need, so the two cards I pulled, this is the Four of Swords. I'll be, well, I don't have to be super quick about that one, but this is the Four of Swords. This is a card of rest. So to elaborate on what Gemini said, yes, maybe the answer is yes, but it's not going to happen right away. It's probably going to take some time. You're probably going to have to wait for it, because what I'm seeing is we have the Knight of Cups here. I think that there's something you have to do first. I think that the reason why you have to wait and rest is because you need to, two reasons. One just came through. This one just came through. So this is more of a psychic message. You need to really follow your guiding light. What is your North Star? If the job matches with that, if you're following your North Star, then yes, that's definitely one way to get a raise, or to find something that you like. And it's just waiting there for you. It's like this cup is just waiting. Here. Sorry. This cup is just waiting to be taken. However, this is the knight and not the king. The reason why you need to rest is also because you got to get something with your emotions, getting your emotions under control. That's going to affect things.
You know what's crazy is this, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on your panel, but some of those cards, those are pretty fucking close. I'm like, does that just work for everybody? I mean, some of that shit, I don't know about the last one, about the rest part, but if you ask people who know me, you don't even got to ask me. Some of that shit is close.
Well, so there's reasons for it, right? So even if you don't believe in spirituality, here's the scientific explanation for it, or the easy explanation, the logic behind it. Each card essentially represents an archetype. So like a warrior or a healer, or, these different kinds of archetypes or situations. So no matter what, archetypes are pretty universal and apply to everybody. Symbols are also fairly universal. So they will almost apply to any situation, but what it does, if you're using it as a psychological tool, is it reframes the situation. It makes you view the situation through the lens of that card.
Maybe, maybe it is close because a part of me doesn't know what I exactly want to do. Like, it's not like, I got this great idea for this show or A, B, and C. No, that's why I said I think I need guidance, or just someone to be like, all right, look, I need you to come in. This is the role you're going to play. Well, I think if I have that kind of guidance, I'll know I'll be able to flourish.
Well, it's funny. It's just funny because that reading was when I did that reading, it was for Mad Scientist, but a lot of it applies to you. I think for him, by the way, Mad Scientist, 4 weeks, or I'm feeling more like 4 months. But I feel like 4 is important somehow, and I'm feeling 4 months. I don't know if you have to wait 4 months or what, but maybe you get a raise in 4 months. I don't know, but something with 4 months is significant. So
For a Mad Scientist?
Yes, for Mad Scientist. But it's not surprising if it would work for you too, because right now we're
Well, no,
all-
I don't. I'm not in a business where you get raises.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, if the other meanings that I was saying applied to you, because you said the Four of Swords didn't, but if the others did, that's not surprising because we're all kind of sharing a similar energy right now. We're people who are somewhat on the same vibration in this moment. So it's not surprising that something that he's interested in or concerned about is something that might be on your mind as well. Because there's a
And part of me
saying-
thinks if I could work with you, then I mean that's got to stand for something.
well, we're going to work together one way or another. I just got to figure out how. Chat, what do you guys think? Are you open to me running a poll and asking, this is kind of brutal, but just asking the chat how they like you or not?
Oh Lord.
I just want to hear
I
what
won't
they
take it
say.
personal if they hate me. I mean, you have a predominantly audience that loves you, so
Well,
they have no reason to love me.
well, I don't know about that. Even the ones who like me, most of them started as hating me, but you know.
True.
Lolcow,
I think there will be a day where there'll be an opportunity for me. I think I'm just more glad that you know who I am, so when that day does come across, nothing better than having that reference.
definitely.
Hey, I came from freaking Lolcow and I was bossed up in AGP.
So I did.
I'm over here with Becky.
I asked a slightly different question. I asked, do you think Joe should be a host? So I'm asking them that. Mad Scientist, by the way, please let me know if I answered your question or if you have any follow-up questions, okay? I'm just checking the chat really
Oh
quick.
shit, it's 50-50.
Well, that's actually probably a good thing. That means that people will have different opinions and it gives them something to talk about.
A lot of people hate me though in the past when they first met me. They think I'm a wise guy, and I kind of am. I'm an Italian guy. I'm very
Yeah.
outspoken. I don't believe beating around the bush. I kind of just believe in being serious with people.
Do you know what I think might be a good combo?
And I don't think like you would, like I don't think like I think you know. Now I don't want to say know me well enough, but I don't think you're gonna take anything I say personal. I think you'll look at it like,
No.
all right, he's just kind of
You're
throwing
just-
that my way to fucking.
You're just a straight. You're a straight talker. What's the word? Not sharpshooter, but you just say how you feel. That's it. And so I know that's the kind of person you are. You just communicate it. You're not really holding back. You're not sugarcoating. You just say it. So it's hard to.
That's why I
argue
said
with that.
I truly believe there's nothing that you could do really that would bother me. I would just know how to laugh it off or put it to the side or say this is just her doing her.
Well, that's how it should be with good hosts. Did you ever get to see Psycho Mom?
Yeah, I always thought she was hot. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really like, I thought she was hot. That's about it.
Gemini, what do you think of trying him out on an episode with Psycho Mom? Him and Psycho Mom.
Yeah, he can make Psycho Mom actually talk and get comfortable.
I think so. I think you could make her talk, but if she gets quiet, you do the talking. And you both have like the same mic, so maybe it's a sign. You've got a very
Oh
similar
my
mic.
God.
If it's
Oh,
not-
my mic is actually brand new. That was just a simple. I'm not on my OBS. If I was on my OBS, my mic sounds
the
fine
chat
90% of
likes
the time.
it. The chat likes it. They are saying
I
so.
stream all the time.
So first
Yes,
of all,
yes, love Psycho Mom.
you're at 67% approval, but yes, they're saying yes to you and Psycho Mom. Linda, yes, she's been open to coming. I got tied up with Roxy Savage and trying not to scale too quickly because as you guys saw, if it's not built on a stable foundation, it's like a house of cards and it all fell down. So not trying to replicate that again. I did my best, but shit happens. But so I was moving slower, and that's why I had wanted to move slower in the first place. And also, for what it's worth,
It's worth gambling on. I'm a gambling man, so I like to gamble, but I think it's worth gambling on. I once was on a pod. I'll tell you a quick story. When I first came to YouTube, a guy that I was going to go on his show, I asked him if I come on. I think I donated something to get on his show. I told the guy, because he was a locale before I knew what a locale was. But I told the guy, I said, listen, man, don't worry about bringing me on there. I know you got a lot of trolls. I know you're worried about that. I'll do just fine. The guy told me, he said, listen, son, people that usually call their shot in this business end up falling flat on their face. I don't see it lasting more than 15 minutes. And I did 2.5 hours with the guy. And he was he was an opposite of me. Maybe we had some things in common, but the guy was an exact opposite. And I always say, sometimes doing business with people that you're unlikely to do business with is when you could shine.
Oh, Lady Lala said something interesting. She said that will be the man and woman from the cards, and all the books is Becky. Oh, interesting. And all the books is Becky giving her insight and guidance. Yeah, that's a totally.
Someone thought I was making fun of you because of the cards. No, I'm just a bulb. I'm gonna crack jokes. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh yes, yes, Becky, the green card." Pull it out again.
It's fine. I mean, I don't usually run around in my life telling people I'm a psychic because you got all sorts of reactions, right? I don't even really like the
I'm
words.
cool with it. Because those cards were actually, I don't know, remember which ones were exactly for me?
Yeah.
But a couple of them were right. We'll say you had a good percentage there.
And
You
what
can
it
keep
does,
doing it.
it really helps you solve problems. And it also helps you in another way because I've noticed, like, if I'm having interpersonal relationships, like if it came to, like, for example, a boss or a coworker or a guy I'm dating or a friend, but mostly I think this would come with the uncertainty of dating a lot or jobs. I find that if I have to ask the cards, it probably means the situation is toxic in my case, because it means that I'm doubting it too much, that I need that guidance. I've come to find for me. So you just learn extra stuff like that too. as
Same time,
go.
you could do, I think you do good with guidance too. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes we just need someone to go, look, man, this is the game plan, or whatever, script, show notes, whatever they may call it. But sometimes you need someone to go, look, this is where we need you to go. And when you could concentrate on shit that you're, good at, it'll show up. That's why I said sometimes just do this for fun. Like when you went extra hours last night.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just how it is. That's cool as fuck that you went till 2 a.m.
That was fun.
You know what I mean?
That was fun.
Gosh.
And by the way,
And I
guys,
left the stream running.
I was there. I was streaming too, but we usually have you on in the background.
oh, cool. By the way, guys, I'm just going to shout out our goal, plug it a little bit, because I did want to hit the Elvira cosplay. I do not think that's going to happen. I can't believe it's almost 10 o'clock already. What
the hell?
We're at $52 for tonight. So what I'm going
I
to
just prefer you doing jumping jacks and making wishes.
Well, so what I'm gonna ask, because I like to get I get business intel, right? I get feedback this way. Is if you guys are enjoying this with Joe, please show us with a donation. It could even be $1, but I would like to know, because ultimately, me being able to give him a show, I have to be able to afford taking the time to give that guidance. So I've got to know, even if he doesn't care about money, I do, because I've got to have the time to work with him, right?
No, that's what I said. It's perfect that you don't mind doing that shit, because that, you know what I mean? That's how it should work.
Yeah.
See, I'm not one to do that. It kind of just is like, there's some things you can't do, like vampires can't go in sunlight.
Yeah.
I'm like incapable of asking someone else for money when I've always gotten my own. It's a hustler thing.
I've always felt that.
It's not a Becky thing.
I always felt that way my whole life until, I don't know, I realized, mostly from working with people like Keem and other people like that sometimes all you have to do is ask. And just the fact that you're willing to ask makes the difference between you being able to work your dream job or not. What's up, Gemini?
Nothing. I'm just laughing at the $52.
Oh my, I know it's bad. It's bad. You're not going to be the only one. Everyone's going to be laughing at it, but that's okay. We all have days like that.
Well, if you look at Playboard, you made $300 today.
Oh,
because you streamed this morning.
I use it to guide things, because I've noticed, and maybe the audience, guys, if you have feedback on this, I would love to know, because I've been kind of surprised that it seems like for me, whenever I have co-hosts, I do better on my own, financially at least. The financial support there is more there when I'm on my own. And when I have co-hosts, for some reason it goes down. And I don't know.
Keem said on Locale as well.
He said that too?
On Locale. Remember when he had that girl on? He goes, we never do good on Super Chats when we have guests on.
True. Lady Lala, thank you so much. I appreciate you. $2 to say, Joe and Psycho Mom will be hilariously entertaining. Thank you. I want to see that. I definitely want to see that. Linda, I streamed, it carried into this morning because I streamed last night for almost 7 hours. It was 6 hours, but then I accidentally left the stream on longer. But yeah, so I did a long stream tonight. Or last night, I mean. Technically today as well. Real Crackerjack Kung Fu with $10 says, welcome, thank you, first of all. Says, welcome back, Miss Becky. You've got a solid dude right there. Honest, loyal, entertaining, potential wingman. No BS. Oh, I love that you're giving this feedback. Thank you. Not going to waste nobody's time with words of deceit. Not a fugazi. I don't know what that is. Cards are on point. Oh, you just gave me goosebumps. Thank you. That's a confirmation from Spirit whenever I get those and I'm in the zone. So, yeah. That's I think Spirit likes you too. I think you've got something. I think it was clear that you had something from the beginning because there's just a certain, I don't want to say light that I felt from you, but just a certain energy. Like it just felt right. Sometimes you just know.
That's why when I used to, or when we'd message each other back and forth, I used to always be like, maybe you should just wait for her to reach out. Obviously, she's going through a bunch of shit, medication, LCU flip, whatever. So I was just like, you know, I told people on the stream, I said, she'll come when that day is whenever. You know what I mean? It's not like she forgot who I was. So I always appreciated that. And I thought, well, man, she's a fan of giving me an opportunity. I think I owe it to this girl to be loyal to her at least.
Well, I mean, thank you for being thank you for viewing it as like being appreciative of the fact that I was getting back to you and keeping in touch and working on moving things forward instead of feeling like I didn't do enough.
And it might have been a greedy way of thinking because I know there was people that were upset when you moved. That's why I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to look at it as turning the back thing. I didn't ever look at it as turning back. I always said she's going back there one day. It might not be today. She's going back. The door's always been open. So don't look at it weird. And then when you went there and you brought me up in front of Kid Behind the Camera, I was like, wow, that was nice of her to do that.
Well, why not?
So I said to myself, I'm not going to, even though when you came back or whatever, I was like, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to just say, you know what, fuck her. Yeah, she did a lot of bad shit. And it probably, some people would target me for just being around you. But I'm definitely built for that.
Oh, damn, I just lost it. I hate when I lose my thoughts. That's the downside of pot. When I've been smoking pot, I end up losing my thoughts. Dang it.
You lost 2 thoughts.
2 thoughts? Well, I've lost multiple this stream.
I'm talking about you lost 2 thoughts that used to work here.
Thoughts.
Thought.
Sounded like thought. Well, I say it with an accent, but if you say it without an
thought.
accent, thought and thought sound the same. When I say it, it sounds a little different.
What? It's a thought.
Say thought for real.
Who?
You.
Thought.
And now say thought.
Thought. It's the same word.
See? So of course I couldn't hear you. I remembered what I was going to say.
It's a thought.
I never understood why they said I was turning my back on anybody because I was doing the opposite. I was bringing everybody with me if they wanted to come, viewers, hosts, anyone who wanted to come, I was bringing them with me. Joe, we could see you texting.
That's what I meant by the greedy way of thinking. It's like, yeah, she probably did piss some motherfuckers off, but I mean, she kind of kept me, I'm not going to say you told me anything. It was just like,
yeah.
She said, yeah, don't just stay in the wing, your day will come or whatever. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. Sorry for the throat farts. That was a throat fart. Sorry, because I just drank. I need to call them. I need to call them something other than throat farts. I hate that hey, twinsies. Joe, can you say thought and thought?
Thought and thought?
Yeah, so when you say thought, like you've thought of something in past tense, you say it the same way as you say thought?
I just say the word thought. I'm confused here.
A thought like a hoe and a thought like a thought in your brain.
Yeah, I'm thinking of thought and brain.
Well, could you say both words? Can you say thought as in hoe and then thought as in brain, but just say them back to back?
Same word.
Thought.
I agree with Gemini right there, but I'll do it. Thought and thought.
Okay, you say it a bit differently. Me, if I let my whole accent out, if I'm not holding it back, it would be thought and thought. So they sound like totally different words.
Bitch, you thought. Bitch, you thought.
No, when I first went to college, somebody used the expression awesome possum, but they said it and they said awesome possum. And
awesome.
I was like, oh my God, that makes sense because awesome possum, what the fuck is that? I never understood why anyone would say that. I don't know that expression anyway, but still.
Awesome.
Well, anyone in the audience, let me know if you would like another reading. I'm happy to do so. I think what I might do going forward, guys, I've said this before, is I might upload like daily prediction videos for you guys, just so there's something for you to wake up to in the morning. Upload them at like 6 a.m. or something, just so there's something there for when you start your day. But I am thinking of doing tarot streams as well, like maybe one day a week, like today, Tarot Tuesdays, but do readings about people like Foodie Beauty, Amberlynn Reed, Keemstar, anybody we want. Get that extra juice, that extra tea. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah.
I'm going to be interested to see when it's done if like everybody could get the same reading. Like even though it worked for me, is that just maybe the trick of the tarot? It works for everyone in some kind of way.
Marijuana.
Usually, and then that also depends on the skill of the reader and if they're able to communicate the message in a way that it resonates. Marijuana, thank you so much with $20. Tarot reading, please. Question tune. What is holding me back? Okay. Spirit.
What?
And Gemini, you could do a reading for her too if you don't mind.
I had up in my car.
Only if you don't mind. You don't
A
have
couple
to.
of people links to your show. They said they were going to donate.
Oh, thank you. I saw you texting. I could see your phone through your glasses.
Yeah, somebody was asking me how they send whatever, and I said just do it on the super chat thing. Some people are used to people having PayPal's and weird shit like
Cash
that.
App
I
or
said,
whatever.
just send it on the stream.
Yeah, I'm okay with YouTube taking its 30% cut because the difference it makes in the algorithm is worth it.
Someone said they were going to donate 50, and someone said they were going to donate 20.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay, so Spirit. Oh, wait, really quick. I just want to say that was funny with your glasses. When I was a kid, I used to play chess. And when people would
I'm a big time chess player.
No
You
shit.
cheating motherfucker. You used to look through their glasses.
For real.
I did look. Okay, we have to play a game. We have to stream
I'm not
playing
a checker
game. I can't do checkers either. I suck at it.
That's the story about my nickname. Not my Joe Pesci nickname. I've only used that on YouTube. But my nickname on the streets is I got it from a guy that I used to play chess with.
Wow.
I'll tell that story one day. I guarantee you'll love it. That's why people always call me the nickname stealer. Because I've ran with a lot of different nicknames.
Well, we have to play chess one day and stream it. I used to stream chess on Twitch. I had viewers. The Star, that's for marijuana.
Yep.
So what is holding her back?
Blockage. I use this because I don't know. I know yes and no. The star as a blockage changes when it's reversed. That's where the messages can be sharper. What does that mean?
Well,
They might be stuck in hope mode rather than action mode. Inspired but not executing. Healing but not applying.
You're reading the reverse
Dreaming but not
meaning.
grounding.
That's the reverse meaning.
No, I read the other one.
Really? That sounded like the reverse.
No, the reverse was down here. So I was like, what does that mean? Because I don't do reverse tarot.
I don't either. Not usually. All right.
That shit messed me up.
Spirit. Oh, there you go. Oh my God, Joe. Jesus, thank you. Jay Crazed with $20. Shout out to Joe Pesci. Oh my, he is a hustler.
I think people didn't, I'm saying, there were some people that didn't know how to comment. I'm like, you could leave a super chat even if you're not a member.
Oh my gosh. Well, Jay, welcome. I hope you stick around. We're doing tarot readings at the moment, but other than that, we're just shooting the shit here. So I'm just doing readings when we get donations.
He's a guy I turned on to you and Tina a few months back. He's been watching this whole thing unfold as well.
Okay. So, all right, Jay, if you want a reading too, you can get one. Just ask your question in the chat and I'll try to make sure I catch it. All right, so marijuana, Spirit, what is holding marijuana back? The Two of Pentacles. You have indecision right now, big time in this case. I feel what's holding you back is that you have choices. And if you only had one path forward, that would be easy. But because you have choices, you're kind of not moving forward. It's actually very similar to what Gemini just said. Were you laughing? Oh, that's why. Thick Gemini with $20. The Discord is CC, but she did the Discord when they did, and it fought. I don't even know what that's talking about. You guys do your own thing. The Discord.
Have you not been reading the chat? They keep saying random shit with Discord in the sentence, and Cece's getting triggered.
Marijuana, I'm not done yet. Also, finance. Okay. Part of what's holding you back is I'm getting goosebumps for this. Is the mix between finances, that's the pentacles, and your energy, like how you feel every day. What's in alignment with you, with like your soul's purpose or what you're looking for. So you're torn between those two choices.
Too many choices are confusing me, Marijuana said.
And you could see that she's sitting. She's not ready to move. She's not standing like most cards. She's sitting. And normally this card is depicted with somebody standing. So the fact that it came out this way for you, it shows that you're not ready to make that decision yet. So that's just confirmation. There's some, I'm also getting more. I'm getting a lot from this card. There's something with the two choices. Do you see how something comes together in the center? There's a compromise where you could have both, or maybe you're looking for that compromise and that's what you're waiting for and you feel you haven't found it. Oh, this card just flipped over. I don't know if you guys saw that. When that happens, I always take it. Queen of Wands, passion. I get emotional sometimes when I do this because I pick it up. I'm what's called clairsentient. I feel like, clairvoyant is you see. I feel. So a lot of times I pick that up when I'm doing readings. That's also why I'm so emotional all the time. Why does this make me want to cry? It's because Marijuana wants to cry. She's feeling sad. I've got it. And I see it in the card too, because the Queen of Wands is about pursuing, let me get this, is about pursuing your inner passions. And do you notice the sunflower here just wilting? And I feel like you're very sad that you're not able to pursue that. Why? Oof.
You don't cry. I'm going to start laughing.
You can laugh. I don't care. You need to... You need to follow what will make you happy. You not moving forward is not making you happy. You need to pursue your passion. You need to give that wilting sunflower some water. Do something that you're passionate about. And maybe when you're in the vibration or the mood of feeling passionate and happier, maybe once you're at that stage, then it'll become clear what you're supposed to do. I feel one more card right here. Yeah, I'd say that's confirmation, the world. You need to figure out, hang on. Focus, please. This is a card of a cycle, completion. This is the last card of the major arcana when everything comes together and is complete. You need to pursue what you're passionate about. If Spirit had guidance for you, Spirit's guidance is that you're not pursuing your passions and you need to be. And as soon as you are, you will be happy. And also, I need to point out the hummingbird here because it really caught my attention with birds being significant. I just wonder if the passion has anything to do with birds somehow. Or maybe that's what's holding you back. But it's also a hummingbird. So you could look up the meaning, the spiritual meaning of hummingbirds and see what comes up. What up, Gemini?
Nothing.
All right, I missed a few. Let me grab them really quick.
Gemini, let me ask you, when did you become a tarot believer?
I don't even know when I started reading tarot, but my family is all full of witches. I was born into it.
And that doll that fell down, was that you who knocked that doll down?
The one that was here that day? That freaking
That was kind of funny.
That shit started moving.
In the beginning, I didn't know what to think of Thick Gemini, but he does make me laugh at times.
He makes me laugh too. To me, he feels like a little brother. And I feel like that, it just feels like a brother. It's weird.
Yeah.
Brian Baker, thank you for $5. Hello, my queen. Just showing love and support. Thank you so much, Brian. And, I always appreciate it. And Future Set times 3 with $30. Wow, thank you so much. Saying tarot reading, please. How are things which I experienced early on in my life holding me back now? Ooh, that's the kind of that's the kind of question I love. I love getting deep with shit. Usually when I do readings for people, they're like a minimum of 30 minutes. I go deep. Especially questions like this. So, Joe, you were saying like about, how there's fraudsters or people who do this for real. For me, what I found is my meaning with this is I help people get the message they need to reignite their inner flame. That's what I do.
So I said some of those cards, other than the resting one, but I think you said that might have not even been for me.
Yeah, that one wasn't for you.
That's what I figured. But those other ones were close. And I'm like, yeah, I guess I could see if somebody was doing these, maybe if they knew the person really well. But I don't think some of those things you brought up, it's not like you know me where we've had a conversation like that.
I did a reading for Roxy when we were still talking, and she was going on and on about it after because I was saying a bunch of things that I didn't know. I had no way to know those about her, but it just comes, I don't know.
I think I was more surprised when I found out you weren't Italian. I was like, really? Because I thought that's why we were meant to get along, is I thought you were this full-blood Italian. I really did think that. I was like, damn. I was like, I don't see, her bothering me. I'm used to being around Italian women that scream and shit. So
Future, I'm not forgetting about you. Yeah, everyone thinks I'm Italian. I get that all the time. I wish I was, so I could do like the and like use Italian words, and I wish I was. I can't talk like this. I have to talk the Jewish way, like this, flailing with my hands open when I talk with my hands.
You know what's crazy? You said the Jewish way. The guy that's going to send the 50 is a Jewish friend of mine.
Oh, well, see, there you go. And when you get into the zone with stuff like this, like when you're in a certain zone, in a certain energy, you start finding all those, that's what we call a synchronicity, all those coincidences. Except when you start to pay attention, a lot of times you realize they're not a coincidence. Okay, so future set. Spirit, how are the things that future set experienced early in life holding him back now? A lot of questions about being held back today. See what I'm talking about us all being on that same vibration?
But I'm a firm believer. I always held myself back.
I don't know vibration.
That was my biggest slow up.
10 of Cups is normally an extremely positive card of family, happiness, but you're asking about what's holding you back. So I would do the reverse reading for this card, which would tell me in your childhood, it seems like you didn't have enough of the attention you needed or wanted, and that might have left you with insecurity issues or times that you question things. Maybe you over-explain things. I think that it looks like you might have had a good relationship with your mom, but I don't see a father figure around. So I don't know if he was around for you or if he was emotionally distant, because cups do represent emotions. But it seems like you wish if he had been around more, I think that you feel if he had been around more, it would have made a difference for you. And maybe he was focused on something else other than you.
Yep.
What was that?
Buddy sent $50.
Oh, oh my God. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Joe. Thank you. God. Sir Vap Jr. with $50.
Whatever. I always said I was a hustler. I don't have to do any like funny stuff. I just kind of just tell people I'm here and they need support and I'll come by.
I'm mind blown by this. I'm mind blown that you're just like boop, boop, boop.
There might be another, I think there's supposed to be one more 20 unless Future Set was the guy I was thinking of.
Maybe, I don't think so. Sir Vap, thank you so much. Does Sir Vap usually watch us or watch anything around here?
No. Well, that's actually a buddy of mine in real life or IRL, whatever you want to call it. But he was in broadcasting school with me once upon a time, but he's always been a fan of me getting an opportunity on a podcast.
Oh, well, awesome.
So I told him I'd be here. He said, let me know when you're on there.
Well, I mean, that's perfect. They're certainly doing what it takes to convince me anytime anytime I see that, I'm like, oh, because even if the chat wasn't giving much tonight, which is fine, it shows that there's still people who support you, and that's the part that matters. So that's insane. That's amazing. You've got good friends. You guys are great. Please stick around if you want to. I'd love to have you be part of the community. Future set, I'm still reading for you, and I would love if you could let me know if this is accurate or not, because usually when I do readings, I've done them in person, so I have immediate feedback. It's different not having that. So I just want to check the chat really quick and see if he said anything. And also
Now, somebody sent me 10, but I'm about to super chat it to you.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
They said they don't know how to hook up YouTube to the thing.
Oh, okay.
I deal with a lot of guys that don't do
I
above
know.
ground shit.
All right, I don't see anything else from Future Set, but I'm going to continue your reading. Spirit, what? Oh, whoop, that just flipped right over for me. The Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting that there were. Oh, thank you, Sir Joseph Pesci. I think you had a lot of ups and downs in your life. I think maybe one thing you struggle with now is your emotions, possibly regulating them. Maybe a lot of ups and downs, like a wheel turning around and around. I'm getting that, and perhaps especially around money and earthly things, like your home, things that you can touch.
It's funny that you say earthy things. I've been in trouble in the past for selling marijuana.
Oh my lord!
I mean, everybody has a. As I said, there was a path that went on. I'm not ashamed of it. It's just what road I took. I was always meant to do podcasting, but I just chose a hustler life that was a bad mistake. I regret it.
Listen,
But,
at least you realize now. That's all that matters, is that you do something now. Everyone's asking what's holding them back. The main thing is that all you have to do to move forward is take that first step. And as soon as you do that, it gets better. And that's here too, but it's very hard. Very hard. Future Set giving $5, saying, ironically, that is pretty accurate so far. Thank you. I'm still not done yet, but I'm glad to hear that, because I've seen your comments and seen you around, and I don't think I see you here much. So I'm glad to be able to do something for you. Let me tell you something that might resonate for you, because I feel like this card is the majority of your reading. There's a lotus here. The story about the lotus, its meaning is that the lotus grows through mud. It has to grow through mud before it can sprout into this beautiful flower. So you might have had a tough childhood, but it's also what held you back is also what's making you stronger. As soon as you're able to regulate the stuff that's going on, like feel more in control. I think that's the main thing. You need to feel more in control. And I think that stems from childhood stuff, that maybe the things that you really needed at certain times you didn't get. So, but it's also I'm getting a nice message from this. And sorry, I think you're a guy. I don't know. I don't remember. I thought I saw that somewhere, but I'm getting, I know this is really random, but I'm getting that you're beautiful. Like, this is the stuff that you went through in childhood, those vulnerabilities and who it's making you now is the stuff that makes you beautiful to the people around you. They see that in you. It shines in your light and in your emotions. It comes out. There's so many, and I don't know Future Set at all. That's so much just from one card, and that's mostly psychic stuff coming through, not the card's meaning. All right, Spirit, what else for Future Set? I feel this right here.
What did Thick Gemini say? Did you pull a card too?
No, I'm just laughing because she thought the person was beautiful.
Two card puller.
The Six of...
What was the thing?
Can I just say this one really quick? The Six of Swords. This is a card of leaving things behind. This is your answer. What's holding you back from your past is that you need to be able to leave it behind. You have to be willing to let go and move on towards calmer waters, because your past was tumultuous. So then the question is, how do you let it go? How do you let go of your past? The only way is by processing it. It's not by shoving it down. It's not by compartmentalizing it.
I also believe living with it too. Like, look, you do shit in the past, you got to live with that and you got to own it. I'm not ashamed because I got a embarrassed, it's not even an embarrassing story to me, but it would be to somebody who works a normal job or something like that. But I always said you got to own it, and you got to let people determine if they want to mess with you for who you are. Just because I did A, B, and C doesn't necessarily mean I can't,
Exactly.
be in a group with people or do well or, do something else just because you got a crooked past.
Yeah, what matters with that, I think that's really good advice because Joe's talking a little bit about all the people around you who can judge you too. But as long as you can be, your past is your past, but as long as moving forward, because this is a card of letting go and moving forward, as long as, oh shit, fuck, it just went out of my head. Oh, as long as you're
But
moving
at the same
forward.
time, I don't believe in lying about it too. I would hate to come up here and act like I was someone I'm not, even though I would be capable of doing that. It's the internet, and I'm an actor myself. But I think if you're just honest with people, they'll like you for who you are. I've been friends with a lot of people that were the opposite, or done shows with people that were the opposite of me. But because I was who I was, not fake, usually that pans out. Some people just like honest people.
So, future, what matters is moving forward, that what you do is in alignment with you. And just so that you know, in case you do feel like maybe you've gone off on a bad path or something, Spirit says it'll be okay. Just move forward. Move forward and
I
make
thought
sure
you were
that...
talking to me at first.
No, this one is for our future to finish his reading. So just continue moving forward, being in alignment with yourself. Spirit will be happy with you as long as you're doing that. That will mean you're on the right path. As far as processing the old stuff, I really struggled with this because I never really learned how to process things. I would just kind of put them to the side and move forward, until it all caught up with me at one point. So I actually had
Lady
to...
Lala said Becky is book smart and Joe is street smart. No disrespect, but that's a powerful dynamic.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah, that's good. I don't think that's any disrespect. I think that's great. But
I think Becky will do good with someone that's just real. I mean, no one likes an ass kisser. You know what I mean? You just need to respect who you're around. You know what I mean? If I didn't like, trust me, I'm the type of guy, if I didn't like someone, I don't go around. I've been watching, like I said, you and Tina turned me from casual listeners to everyday listeners over there. Because I
That's
was just a
awesome.
guy that would come in here and there.
so
You know what I
part
mean?
of-
So I've always been a fan of yours.
Part of what Joe said before, I'm just wrapping up Future's reading, the reading for his dono. Part of what Joe said before with how you have to live with it, that's a big part of how you heal. Just on your own, at home, going through what happened in the past and sitting with the emotions and realizing, hey, even if it makes you uncomfortable or it doesn't feel good, look around. Your world is okay. You're safe. You're fine. If you believe in God or somebody like that, imagine in your head, visualize in your head, this is a bit more magical, but visualize in your head that you're sitting down with God. Seriously, I'm not joking. And go through your thoughts and feel that support as you're going through them so that you feel that you're not alone. And what you can do also, because this is an inner child issue. Sorry, I'm talking so long, but this is an inner child issue. Imagine yourself as a child, like a circle between you, God, and your inner child, or just you and your inner child. And realize that as you're healing, you're comforting that inner child. That visualization
Thanks, Amy.
helps. What's that?
That's another person I know. I was just saying, thanks, Amy. It's a girl I know.
Wow. Let me update the goal really quick. I just missed a bunch
Well,
of
I told
donos.
you, I knew you were a girl that's always worried about finances. I always say sometimes the money will find you. You just gotta be patient.
Well,
So now, what's your number?
my number? Oh, what
Yeah,
number?
your number. No, I'm saying the your goal number now.
Oh yeah, so this made a tremendous
Thank
difference.
you, Amy.
And I'm gonna go through all the donos I missed. This made a tremendous difference. We are now at $292. That's
Yeah.
Yes,
all
Becky,
you,
please
Joe.
tell us your phone number on air.
Well, maybe I just did need to be patient and wait for Joe to find me because
I
look
thought
at
if
what
you have
just
Discord, you
happened.
automatically can't you just call people if you wanted to on Discord? Not that I would do that, but
What do you mean? For what? For what purpose?
Because you said your number.
If I'm friends with you on Discord, ain't I able
Oh.
to just pick it up and call?
Yeah, you could call people on Discord if you're friends with them.
Yeah, that's how I always thought that's what works. So technically, you have everyone's phone number.
Yeah, technically, in a way. Or at least a way to reach them by phone. So we're at 200. Oh, God.
Thank you, Jay Walk.
Now that makes me wish, though. That makes me wish that we would hit the goal, and we're like ending now.
Sounds like DSP.
Ah,
We gotta do a donation shrine. Wait a
You know
minute.
what's funny is, Becky, you do a lot better than DSP on most nights. That's why I said you were doing fine. You panicked at the wrong time. You had it going good.
Did you just
I wish I would have been in your ear during that. I would have told you just ride that out. There was no reason to flim flam fucking hundreds.
For what
And that's
part?
just a hustler talk.
For what part? And also, did you just see what happened with Gemini? He just had a near-death experience.
I hit my elbow, then I almost fell out of my chair. I forgot it was broken. I leaned back. Oh God, my camera's fucked. My light fell.
Amy Gallen, thank you so much for the 50. It matches my dress. If you're not part of the community, I'd love if you stick around. I'd love to get to know you better. Future Set with $5 says, thank you for donating to tell me this. Appreciate it. Says, ironically, lately in the last year or two, I came to the same conclusion about processing and leaving things behind. And yes, I'm a guy, LOL. That's the other thing. I notice I'm really good at knowing people's genders without knowing them. I almost always get it correctly.
I'll tell you something
too.
you're brilliant at. You're brilliant at getting something blamed on you or whatever it might be, and then talking, I don't want to say talking way out of it, but cutting a promo to where it almost seems like it's the other person's fault. Even if you were caught dead guilty, I've seen you do well totally flip-flopping, whatever it is that you get.
You could get away with murder.
Growing up, I
You
wanted
do well with that.
growing
That's
up
not a reason to hate you.
Growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer for exactly that reason, because I can talk my way out of anything pretty much. It's just doing that with integrity. But yeah, we got another dono from your friend, from Jay Craze. Thank you so much for the 10. I really appreciate your support. He says, Cracker Jack and I have been with Pesh over Pesh.
A lot of people call me Pesci. You're the first person to call me Joe.
No one calls you Joe?
Nobody. Isn't that crazy? I swear to God.
That is
they all
crazy.
Say Pesci. That's why I said the Pesci Power Hour is the name of the podcast I do.
Oh.
Well, usually I just game nowadays. That's why I said I got lazy.
Gaming does that. Yeah, and it's the worst sort of content to make money from. I used to be a gamer. It's the worst. So Jay Crazy said he's been with you for over 4 years. I'm sure people right now are thinking, no way this dude is legit, and my words mean nada. You wait until he does a show with Miss Becky. Everything he says is legit. Well, I got that vibe from him. I felt like that. You're just a straight shooter? What the fuck? Why can't I remember the goddamn expressions? I am so mad.
Because I don't have no kind of like background to be proud about, but at least I could be honest about it. Because it's not like you do the same thing that you were doing when you were 25. I'm 42. You know what I mean? I'm a lot older. But I have a lot of. I've always enjoyed doing radio, podcasting, anything where you get to talk with a microphone.
Well, I'm glad you're in the right place, because for almost everybody, it's been, aside from having to process things, it's been following what is important to you, which of course it makes sense that that's a universal answer, but it's the truth, and you guys could see in the cards exactly how I came up with it. Brian Baker with another $5 saying, love you, my queen. First of all, thank you so much, Gemini, too, for staying here for this whole stream. I would go longer, but
I'm surprised you don't let the grades talk. You should be confronting some of those people.
the greens?
Because you're a promo cutter. Your promos are good.
But what
Welcome
do
to
you
the
mean?
gaming stream. We're
You
gaming
need, to
stream
turn, you
now.
need to turn your haters into content. You hear all these people trying to say, well, Becky doesn't know how to make money off her own content. That's the way you can make money off your content again. Start cutting promos. You saw that shit Coppercap did last night. He literally told
didn't
everyone
see.
that gave him $20, fuck off. And he made over 1,000.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's because they know he's a talented guy.
But was he like acting, or was he being I don't know anything
hard to
about
tell.
He's
him.
an actor.
He does real well. Maybe he's acting, but he does a
He's
good
a
job of
Disney
telling
Channel
someone to
actor.
fuck
That's
off
where
and
he
get
came
money for
from.
it.
I only,
That was the first time I actually got to watch him. That guy's key. They got a couple guys over there that's why I said, to me, they were never ever dying. They always had enough talent to where all Keem had to do is go, look, Billy the Fridge, Boogie, a couple other guys, let's go. We're going to knuckle up and do this shit ourselves. Him letting all those other people in there, that's a blessing. That's why I said, God, shout out to that, because that's how I met you, and that's how people get discovered. I always said the Rassoff story, I know you don't like him, but his story should be an inspiration to people, going from literally the bottom, no YouTube experience, and rising to the top. You know what I mean? I've had experience doing this. I just never have done it in front of a crowd.
hold on, I'm setting a stream goal. Stream goes an hour longer. All right, I'm setting a goal, guys, because I see some of you asking for us to go longer. You guys don't have to stay if you don't want to, but of course you're welcome to. I've set a goal to basically get $100 in the next 15 minutes. It's 10 yellow donations, so 10 $10 donations. So if we can get that in the next 15 minutes, I'll keep the show going for another hour. Why not? See, this is, Joe, I have to monetize everything. This is what I got to do.
That's why I said the reason why me and you'd be good together is because I'm not good at grifting, but you are.
Well,
You make,
yeah. That was for Savage and
and I'm not
Roxy.
saying this is a shitty thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes people that get asked for money, like a guy like DSP, they do it so like comfortably. It doesn't, to me, it don't bother me. I think it's funny or whatever. But I understand that that's your focus. And you came from the LCU where a goal was a thing. I'm like, this girl made thousands and thousands of dollars. It's going to be hard for her to probably take a step down for a while.
Well, when I was in my previous live streaming before the LCU, like a decade ago, I never asked. I was the person that was always like, you don't have to give anything. I'm just happy you're here. I just love being here with you. And that was all true. But because I didn't ask, I didn't get to continue doing that for a living because I couldn't support myself. So if I had only asked, I could have been where I am now 10 years ago. I just realized I had to ask.
When you first decided you were going to start the network, when you had those big faces on there like Roxy and Savage, I just think in the beginning you guys should have probably been on a more like, all right, I'll pay you to do this and you get this much money. Here's your shit. You know what I mean? I think whenever you're waiting for money, and this goes in my world too, that's why I don't let people hold me for a car because they'll always screw shit up. That's why I always tell people cash up front because money could be funny. It's just the reality.
Yeah.
Not everybody's good at paying people. Some people are bad with money. I've gambled a fucking boatload of money away. You know what I mean? But I got to live with that.
Okay, Kaiser, enjoy your evening. Oh God, I hate how I lose my thoughts so much. It's like constantly today. Why is this?
Someone asked if I had a channel. Yeah, it's my name.
Sir Joe Pesci, Sir Joseph Pesci.
Yep.
Okay.
You'll see a YouTube Idol video on the top. I was a host and a guest. I was the host and the judge of a series I created. It was YouTube Idol. I hit it off with a bunch of Filipino singers, real hot women. And I did a YouTube Idol. It was 7 episodes. I had judges. I gave money out. I gave the winner like 200. Everybody got some kind of prize. But that was just because I was willing to do it. The only bad thing is that there's such good singers. Some of those channels get not struck. They just got, you can't be monetized because they'll be singing a song and people thought, shit, that was. And then what's funny is after I did that, it was a couple of years ago at this point, I started gaming and I got lazy. It was like, I don't know why. It was like I spent a lot of money on a gaming card and there was, I don't know, a lot of games at the time I was playing and I just was into and people were playing them and kind of got lost. Until you did that tryout. I was like, maybe it's time for a change. Time
That's
to
how
get back
it
out there.
goes. That's how I ended up in the LCU. It just, the opportunity came, and when it knocks, you take it. That's it. You just take that first step. That's exactly what you did. Kermit Frug in the chat probably doesn't want me to shout this out, but I'm going to anyway. Kermit Frug says, anyone else getting red flags from Joe? Why?
I'll tell you why he's getting that. Is because I'm very honest with you. There's nothing to be a red flag about. Like, you could go on my channel for... I do a lot of just normal shit. That's what I said. I don't have no great past. That's true. Like I said, I've been in trouble, shit like that, but nothing like with people. It's just all shit that I've done when I was younger.
Okay, well, I'm out of drinks. And
I always said you did the tryout, and I said Becky was first. Becky, I always say I've been in Jumanji. Becky rolled the dice. I'm going to be loyal to that. I don't care about the shit she did. If it really bothered me, I truly wouldn't be here. I would have said, you know what? I would have went somewhere, donated 50 or something and said, hey, I need an opportunity. But I was always, I always liked that you were a fan of giving me an opportunity. So for me, it's like, damn, I like that. You know what I mean? You don't have many of those.
Because in my life,
Or at least I did.
That's kind of part of my life's purpose. I've noticed it always happens for the people around me. I just need to shine that light on them, give them that exposure or whatever, and then boom. Because it's been that way for me as well. Every time I go near social media, I just explode. And so it happens for the people around me too.
That's
Well, like I
happened to me,
said, you might see me around in chats that, Becky might not get along with the people, but the reality is that's how I found Becky. Which a couple weeks ago, she was going back to the LSU. I was like, shit, we got to go with her. It happened a lot quicker, but I always knew you were going to go back. I think there might be a day you go back again.
We'll see. Keem wants to do that Frenemies show, which was originally my fucking idea, and now he's all about it. That's why I think he was building this hype up. Apparently, he's got his docket.
Might be able to use me as a bargaining chip one day. You never know.
Apparently, he's got his docket team going through my entire 6-hour stream from yesterday to address everything. One of them said, Flopsy said the reason they get red flags is you wearing sunglasses at night.
Well, I've always wore the sunglasses thing in public, everything. Anyone could tell you I'm like a guy when I dress up, I like to wear shades. I mean, there's plenty of times I don't have them on, but I always do. I'm a weed smoker. So usually when you have the shades on, people can't get reads.
True. So did you
Listen, we need more Gemini. Well, you can catch my show before Becky's at 7 p.m. Where I have more energy.
So did you get
Becky can tell you, I've never asked her for anything. I've always just said, hey, I'm here.
Did you get high before the stream today?
Well, to be honest, I'll tell you another quick story. Another alias I have is always smoking. It's because usually I'm smoking weed 24 hours a day. But I'm not going to do it, when I'm on your show or something. I don't need to be up here smoking. But, yeah, I'm a smoker.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a guy that could smoke weed and you're not going to be like, damn, man, that motherfucker's high as shit. Nah, that's not the case. You know what I mean? If I'm coming up here, I'm ready to go. You're not going to see me, falling behind. I said, even if I'm giving 50%, it could look better than some people's 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because I got an ego or something. I just know what I'm capable of doing.
Well,
I've seen it before.
Guys, we only have 8 minutes to reach the goal. And there's no donos, so I'm guessing we're not going to reach it. But if you guys want to reach it, we could try. Maybe you never know. We might get lucky and somehow during the
How
dono
close did you
train.
get?
We're at $297, so we're basically $300 short.
Well, but hey, look, I'll tell you this. Look, remember when I messaged you the one day and it said, DSP does 2 streams a day. His goal is $150 on both streams. And he almost makes 100 fucking figures a year or whatever, 3 figures a year. Or pretty damn near close. That's why sometimes you just got to kind of bring it down a little bit. That's why I thought it was funny when you added Savage. And you're like, guys, guess what? The goal is now higher to 800. I'm like, oh my God. You might as well just not mention that until the fucking show blows up a little bit.
But it had to be because
in your head, I got to make 800. But the goal's 500. Because at the end of the day, 500 for 5 days, isn't that like 2,500?
Well,
We do that four times a month.
But on that show, it's getting split 3 ways. So for each of us to make basically 200
and the YouTube split. I got you.
And so all of that, because my goal was to try to make sure people can make a living wage from this. And if I couldn't do that for them, I didn't want to give them a show.
See, I didn't want that burden on you. That's why I told you. Look at me as some free guy. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get jealous if you make $1,000. I'm not here for that.
Here's the thing.
I'm just here to.
I can't help but I will have that burden no matter what. I just do because it's who I am.
And you did say that. You said I don't want that to be the case. I'm like, please let it be the case. And then all this happened, and I was like, well, now you see why I just wanted to be a free guy.
Jay, thank you so much for another 10. Here's $10 towards the Hundy goal. Thank you. I got 2 kids in college. So, Miss Becky, you know I don't got money to lie. That's his name. Voice stories like an innocent virgin. My boy Pesh, a.k.a. Future. F them broads. Can you translate this for me, Pesh? Pesh? I don't understand.
The thing about Jay Walks is he says a lot of good, interesting things like that where there's a lot of twists and everything. I don't know about the innocent virgin part. I don't get that. He might have to explain that. I don't know if he's a member, but that part I don't get. Voice stories like an innocent virgin. Well, I'm not a virgin. I'm not CD-ROM. Oh, wait, let me turn that down.
Thank you. that did make us break 300. We're at 307. So that's like, I only wanted to hit the goal because I really want to do the costume. I wanted to do Elvira.
Sure.
But
You know what you should do? You should go, you know what, fans? I'm just going to wear this as a bonus. It's been one hell of a month. Let me put the
Yeah.
aerial thing on and hope they say, you know what, that was nice of her. And they may come in and drop a 10 or a 20.
Oh, yeah, I do that other
or knick-knack.
times. I do that other times. It's definitely a mix. So I try to make up for it in other ways, like these extra long streams I've been doing. You know, you never know when there's going to be random good stuff like that happens. So we just have until that goal finishes. There's 4 minutes and 49 seconds left. And maybe we should start our Dono Train dance now. So maybe it'll help us hit that goal.
My God.
Maybe. Either way.
Yeah,
either
not
way.
a good dancer. But it'd be more embarrassing if I danced. Maybe I could just rate you dancing. I go, oh, okay, that's a good move.
You don't have to dance.
Oh my God. Me and Becky dance like Oompa Loompas.
I can read the chat for you. How about I'll read the chat for you?
Yes, that's perfect. You could shout them out and be like super happy about it. And that way
I-
we can
I will
All
do
right.
that.
Okay, perfect. You guys heard it. So that means it is Dono Train time. It is. Why am I suddenly getting energy
What's
now?
up, Sadie?
Why am I getting energy
I'll even
now? when
donate
it's-
something here. Hold on.
it's
'Cause you
probably
gotta
of the white-
dance?
It's because of the White Claw. And because I'm going to dance. I'm only drinking this because I got nothing else to drink. I'm going to have like 2 sips and throw it out. I hate this shit. It's terrible. Heidi in the chat says you can't drink it warm. That must be the problem. All right. You ready, Gemini?
I guess.
Should we play one of your Dono Train songs instead of mine? Do you have your own song?
What is mine? I use
You know what's
yours.
funny is that song's super over there. I've heard people bring that up like she's got the best donation.
Someone wanted to buy that song from me. I was like,
know,
it's
me
not mine. It's
too.
Becky's.
I've had people want to buy it from me, and it's I would just they don't drop a dono on a stream, and I'll send you the
That you?
song. You know, yes, thank you so much, Joe. Rage quit. Are you
Your guys'
teasing me?
comments instead.
Are you
So why Becky's
teasing?
fucking flim-flamming around.
You flim-flamming, flip-flopping. You're teasing. All right.
Flim flam.
I'm ready. Let's go. Oh, Gemini. Shit, what did you just take us to a club? I've been transported to a nightclub. What the fuck?
You crazy as hell.
You're crazy
My-
as hell. Your production value since we started is off the hook. Gemini, you're not special. Fuck off. Fuck off. You know
Hey,
what?
I'm special, motherfucker. You're special ed.
I'm more special.
Oh, she got her Dollar Tree tag still on it. That's really
Shut up.
special.
This was extra good for Dollar Tree. Kathy
Damn,
Morris-
Kathy Morris Mercer says, could you give me a reading concerning my finances? Thanks for the twomp.
Of course, I can't give a reading seriously like this. Maybe one. Of course, Kathy. If there's any more, I know this is public, so you probably won't want to give any more. But if there's any more information that you want to give, like what in particular is concerning you, like is it because of work? Are you living off savings? Anything like that, the more specific you are with me, the more specific the reading becomes. But until I see if you do another question, I can't take myself serious. Well, whatever. We'll do it. So, Spirit, can you please give me a reading about Kathy's finances? Nope, it's coming off. I can't even see the cards with it on.
While you're looking that up, I'll read what's his name's comment. Joe,
Okay.
I'm loving your blatant honesty and can't wait to donate to your channel. I remember your audition to get access to the BBU. Your dedication has not gone unnoticed by me. And I remember, like I said, when that shit happened with you and LCU, I told people over there, I said, I tried out for the BBU. You know what I mean? I wasn't really against what Becky did. If I could have been in her ear, I probably would have told her to do it in a different order.
I'm sorry, this is just
that make sense?
wild. You guys see me shuffling, and just the 2 cards that came out for her are the 2 of Cups and the King of Cups that we got for Joe before. You saw me shuffling the shit out of that deck. That's just so weird. This has got to be a
So is that bad? If they got it, does that mean it's not as meaningful
No,
now?
it means that there's a common energy. It's like what I was saying before, but it's still crazy. Like there's a lot of people worried about. Maybe that's why the donos are low tonight. People are worried about finances. I'm serious though. Okay, so to start your reading, really quick, chaotic jersey with $5. Thick Gemini looks like a discount tipster. Sorry, man. I wanted to say it in the call.
Who the fuck is
I think
Tipster?
Gemini's a little bit more entertaining than Tipster than me. I'm not really into Tipster. I was a fan of your. I mean, not even saying I was. I still am. I do like Rich. I don't hate him, but see, at the same time, I don't hate anyone. I don't know if that's a bad thing. Like, I'm the type of guy that has done dirt with fucking goons and goblins.
Marijuana,
used to
thank you.
people-
We've got 13
You know what I mean? I'm
seconds
used to
left.
people that I've
we've got
done
13
business with.
We have
Doing
8
shit.
seconds left. We have 8 seconds left for the goal. Send in your donos now. Sorry, Joe. We had 8 seconds.
You're good.
I had to get it in there. Sorry, go ahead.
It gone.
They might be in the middle of sending them, and obviously, even if it didn't hit the goal here, I would include it. So I wanted to get it in there while we still could.
Are you gonna include the 20s as 10s?
Of course, yeah. I just want to get to
Okay.
$100 total. You know, that was the goal I was trying to reach. I just tried to make it 10 so it was more affordable. Let me just focus for a minute on Kathy's reading. I want to give her attention here. So what I'm seeing,
Marijuana.
Thank you, Marijuana.
Great name.
So, fuck off, Joe. I can't do my reading.
Oh,
Every
sorry.
time I try- No,
I
it's
forgot.
okay. It's okay. Oh my God. 2 of Cups. We bought the 2 of Cups for you. I didn't really mean that, obviously, because I don't know you. I can't help but talk that way, but then I'm like, oh
2
shit, I don't
cups.
know you well enough for that. Lady Lala, thank you for gifting a membership. Kathy, what I'm seeing with your finances is I think the source of your concern is that your finances are intermingled with somebody else's. Could be a husband, could be a boss, somebody like that. And it's somebody that is causing like some sort of tumultuous emotions for you. Like, it's the fact that the finances are tied together is what I feel is causing concern. See what else comes out. Okay, I've got the next one. I swear to God with this deck, the Knight of Cups, that card came up before.
I like how Gemini has the Chucky in the background, considering the future or the lore behind Chucky. Well done.
You're going to be going on you're kind of on a financial journey right now because we have the Knight of Cups and King of Cups, which shows progression. So your finances, they will get better. They will improve. You're learning. It's like you're learning something new. I don't know. You could have started a new job, undertaken something new, gotten some new opportunity, and you're like new to it. But once you become better at it, the money will be okay, is what I see. As things progress, money will be okay. And that could also mean I'm getting a second message, if you are relying on somebody else for your finances and that's causing you distress, then Spirit is saying to go get some money on your own. Start something new. It doesn't matter if you're not good at it, just start. And once you become good at it, the finances will be good. Okay, so that's what I got for you, Kathy. I hope that was helpful. And if you have follow-up questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Thank you. All right.
Lady Lala for gifting a membership.
Thank you. So, all right, we got up to $362. Look, that didn't hit the goal, but I'm happy. I'm happy. We'll figure out another way to do the Elvira thing. Gemini, what are you laughing at? You randomly laugh and you don't say why. Why?
Just called
I'm
the
just laughing
bonus
at the
outfit.
chat, at you, everything.
I know why I told you to fuck off. It's because I started drinking. I started the White Claw. It takes away my filter.
You think Gemini's a lot more angry? He seems like he's in a good mood tonight. He must have hit the pipe or something.
Widowmaker.
Oh, you're not a weed guy?
I'm not a weed head.
And another thing is, Becky, I'll be honest, only because I'm very familiar with what gummies
Yeah.
do. I'm not a gummy eater, but I'm familiar with what they do. So when I saw that you were a gummy eater, I'm like, man, she probably feels so lethargic in the morning. How is she gonna, when you say like you only did a couple shows and you're like putting everything on hold, I'm like, she's going through the medicine thing. She's going through eating gummies. There's got to be some crisscross there with alcohol. And I'll tell you this, when you went live, when you threw up, I could never go live throwing up. I would just cut it off. So that's why I said that's well done by you.
I
You don't
care.
care what people think, and I think that's a good quality.
Well, because I think the most important key to success, and it's also what I'm the worst at, is just showing up and being consistent. For a lot of this, I've said this to Gemini, you just have to open the door so that people can be here and have the opportunity to support you. But if you don't open that door, if you don't show up, it's not there. So even if I feel like shit, I try my best unless I'm really going through.
Frank, shout out to Widowmaker for the 20. It's a
Yeah,
friend
I
of
was
mine.
going to
Thank
read
you.
that, but you could read it since it's for you.
Shout out Pesci, great show. Thanks, Frank. It's a guy who does a lot of behind the scenes for me on my computers. I've known him for years. Thank you.
Well, and it's worse than that too, because I have other meds that make me tired as well. So I have a bunch of meds that make me exhausted, but almost every single one I take. So it's just, life is a struggle sometimes. So then if I have to deal with other stuff on top of that, like a new medication, whatever, starting a new business, it gets hard.
Another thing is, I didn't know how you would handle honesty. I'm like, when's if she fucking takes my honesty as me being like a prick or whatever? But I thought, man, why go on there and lie? Just say what you want to
Dude,
say.
after what
Lady
I
Lala, motherfucker, I'm not high, you stupid motherfucking bitch ass Cardi B looking bitch. It's illegal in this state in the first place. Contact high. Why are you laughing at me? She pissed me off.
That's funny. Why is that pissing you off? Why do you always get angry at me?
Because I'm a sour ass motherfucking lemon.
You think you're too cool. I was gonna say you do look like a lemon. You look like the
You think I'm cool?
You look like no, you look what I was trying to say, motherfucker, is you look like the emoji that wears sunglasses that thinks it's cool, and your yellow thing makes
And you look like the
yellow color.
emoji with hard eyes who think they're gonna fall in love and fuck everybody.
Accurate. I'll accept it. Acceptable.
Man, you got bullshit.
My entire life is spent just like trying not to have sex with everybody. That's my life. There you go.
See?
That's it. That's what it comes down to. Oh my God.
Watch
wait a
out,
second.
Pesci. Watch out, Pesci.
Wait a
She coming
second.
for
The
you.
creepiest comment I ever heard Becky make, and I don't even know if she remembers it. Remember when you made that comment about trains and shit? You're like, you know what? If it was up to me,
Oh,
I'd
that was
rather
when she
just
was
get
drunk.
I'd rather just get a train ran on me. I was like, holy shit.
They had to shut the show
Like I said,
down.
I've always known what I've been dealing with. I never thought I was dealing. I mean, even though you are a Harvard person, I never thought, that was the side that showed the most, if that made sense. But I like it.
She was drunk off her ass.
I'd rather deal with a girl that's talking like that than some fucking, I don't know.
I'm like you. I like to be honest. I try to sometimes.
Yeah, fuck it. That's what I said.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
get.
mother.
The problem is if sometimes you're lie more than you're honest. But not saying you, but I'm saying if that is a thing, that's when people will start calling that shit out.
Is it just me? Maybe it's the alcohol, but I only had like 3 baby sips. But is it just me, or are we just finding our groove now as the show is ending? It was like an awkward start.
That's how
and now we
always
got it.
happens.
What the fuck? Why does that All right, so we're at 3. Okay, listen.
Well, most of the show, you just ramble.
What? Listen, that's the gift of gab. You have to. What do you do? Just sit on your show with dead air?
Yeah, you can't.
No,
have
I
dead
talk
air.
to my audience. I talk to myself. I talk to my computer. I talk to my dog. I talk to the ceiling.
Fucking your stream keeps going down for me.
It looks okay on my end. It's saying excellent connection. It's donut.
I gotta
No,
find
you're
right here.
good. It's probably, I don't know why I keep popping out the chat so I could read it.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of.
Shit, and I fucked my camera in the ass
You just
again.
know.
But I will say this on the shit yesterday. I thought it was kind of. I thought Keen was going a little hard on that guy. Like you kind of said.
Oh,
Who
local
doesn't make
alert.
comments about broads and shit?
Wait,
Like when
he
he
was
was
going-
like,
he was going
oh,
hard
he
on-
talked about this girl sucking my dick. I mean, how many guys don't make comments like that?
Okay, yeah. So
In the
he's
shower room or locker room talk. I mean, I probably said some comments like that about you. I mean, in a nice way. I've said, but I find Becky attractive, but that's just me.
Listen, if somebody wants to say a joke on a stream that they want to imagine fucking me, I feel flattered. What the fuck? That's me, though. That's just me. And Gemini, you are thinking you're way too cool, and I'm not okay with it. You're a little too full
And I
of
think you're a good
yourself.
flirt, so you might as well just flirt with everyone, because that used to
I
work
do.
for you.
I do. I love
no,
flirting
It's
with everyone.
cool, Becky. Beggy.
Joe,
Come
hands.
on, Beggy. Beggy for them donos. Beggy, Beggy, Beggy.
Joe,
Yeah, Beggy, 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 Beggy.
Joe,
Some people are good
Becky.
at grifting, Tig. You gotta give her credit.
Joe,
Beggy.
darling, handsome.
Beggy.
Are you trying to tell me you want me to flirt with you?
No, because I don't want to be known as the guy that loves you, because I think we'll go farther if we're not like that.
Oh, I just just flirt for
Not
fun.
everybody
though.
is a gooner, Becky.
But it's not about that.
Yeah.
I just flirt for fun. Like I give people compliments for fun. I like making people feel good. It makes.
I mean, I don't
That's
think.
it.
Like I said, I think you look good. I mean, it's not like I'm
guys, when I
a
would flirt with
psycho.
when I would flirt with fucking Rostov or whoever the fuck I would flirt with, do you guys think like not in a million years would I be interested?
Wouldn't like
I
my
would play
tier list if I
around.
put the girls on the tier list. If I went, the girls you worked with on the LCU.
You could do that.
you'd
I don't
probably hate
care.
me more.
I think that's
Sleeping.
funny.
I'd say number one for me was Psycho Mom when she was there. And you're not gonna like number two.
Me?
But it
Sleeping.
was. Try to guess who number two is.
Tina.
She's not there anymore.
She's
She's making a
Savage.
grand return.
Savage?
Yeah, she was number two. And yeah, I guess you could go three with you during that time.
Wait, who you would? What was the thing? What were
He
you
was
saying?
rating. He was
You
rating.
gonna
I
fuck
was doing my
Savage?
tier list of
No.
how I used to look at the girls over at the LCU.
Gemini, maybe if you weren't too busy checking yourself out and eye fucking yourself and feeling way
Actually,
too
stupid
good.
motherfucker. I was looking at your chat because they're sleeping. They said Becky's boring. We're sleeping.
Maybe they're tired of Gemini thinking he's too cool. He was ranking.
Nobody
former-
is cool, especially not you, Becky. The only thing cool about me is my motherfucking AC blowing in my ass when I'm cooled down.
He was ranking
Jesus.
previous hosts. He was ranking previous hosts by order of attractiveness to him. So can you say the order again? It was Psycho Mom.
Psycho
and
Mom,
Savage.
and it was. This is pre-fat camp. We'll just go pre-fat camp.
Oh,
because I know
why
there's been
does
a
that
lot
make
of
it
changes
different?
over
Oh,
there.
okay, got it.
It would have been Psycho Mom, Savage, and probably you.
How much hotter than me are they? Like, is it a close? Like, are we all close, or is it like 1, 2, and then 3?
I really think there's a difference because it's like, let's just say I met you in public and I didn't meet them. That would make you number one.
Yeah,
It
but
really wouldn't matter. I guess it just matters who you're around. You know what I mean? I could sit here and fantasize all day. But the reality is, all three of you I would talk to if there was an opportunity. But
See,
I don't think that there's a reason for me to do that if I'm going to be on your show now.
yeah, no, just in general, I have to be a guy's dream girl. If he's not like in awe.
As I said,
of
you do
me.
much better when
God.
when everyone thinks you love them. So that's the way I would run it.
This is why we seen what Becky exes look like. They have to be the dream girl. That's why they look like that.
Well, hey, listen, I don't care. I will date a toad as long as he treats me like a princess, and he'll turn into a prince.
I think
for me.
it's good for me to be the guy to say the things that some people are thinking and then have you respond to them because you're good at that.
Yeah, true.
And I'm not saying that to be a smartass. I believe that.
No, that's good. If you're like, oh, that would actually be. Actually, that's an awesome role. You being the voice of the audience.
And that's why some people tonight are like, are you getting a suspect vibe from Joe? No, you're getting a real vibe. I'm like I said, me kissing Becky's ass would have never been funny. It would have never worked. Like if I came up here and said, damn, Becky, I'm glad you didn't pay them motherfuckers. Salute. You know what I mean? That would have been, I'm not going to be fake. You can't just be real forever and then start being fake. But some people look at it like, is he clowning on her or whatever? No, I'm just,
Yeah.
not going to be the ass kisser. If I didn't like Becky, I wouldn't be here.
Kermit Frug says you have
Becky's
4.
type all looks similar.
They're not my type. Here's the
What do you mean
problem.
type? How would he know your type? You have
Well,
like a.
he's looking at who I've
the chat.
dated. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I'm not the one pursuing men. So they're pursuing me. And if they seem decent or whatever, I give them a chance. I don't care about looks. But it's not that any of those guys were my. If you ask me what my physical type was, why do you think I didn't sleep with Review Tech for 10 years? Not my type. Physically, not my type. I just tried anyway.
Becky don't care about looks. She cares about your bank account. Let's get it straight.
And personality.
You let him be a part of the BBU if he wanted to be.
Who?
I would consider
RTU?
it. I would consider it, actually. I think that sounds very interesting.
I think Becky would. Becky knows how to work with enemies. I mean, people act like she's some fucking bitch. She just was being bitchy to people
She
she wanted
is
to
a
be
bitch.
bitchy to.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Usually when people work with me behind the scenes, they're thrilled because I'm so different than the character they saw on Queens. They have no idea I'm actually nice and I give a shit. So that's why with Roxy and Savage, it was so weird that everything went down. But yeah, I would actually, here's the problem with it. I'd definitely be open to it, but I don't think he would want to split any money with me. I can't imagine him wanting to. And also, side note, here's the thing. One of the reasons I stayed with him, the main reason I was with him, let's be fucking honest, was because he
Get a
was
million
I told him one
subscribers.
time that I was going on your show, but this was when something got canceled or whatever. You asked me what I was doing, and I was like, hey, he was reacting to you. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to be on there tonight. Come say hello. You know what I mean? I was at least trying to push the channel a little bit.
Well, so
Sometimes
here-
you got to deal with those kind of people.
So here's the thing. When I was with him on and off for those 10 years, the main reason I was interested in him, just being fucking honest, is because he was a bigger YouTuber. And I figured that we could have something where we could work together there. And he always said he wanted to, but he never actually did. And I always knew if I worked with him, it would probably take off because anything I do takes off. It's just that I suck at being consistent. But then he fucked up, and then I went to Keem, and Keem got to benefit from me instead of him. But originally, I wanted to help Rich. We would have been great together.
I think one of my special talents is, even if I know someone's a dirtbag, I think I could figure out a way to work with them somehow. That
I
might sound
can.
bad.
I can, but I'll tell you what I could do. I could work with normal people. I could work with sociopathic people. I can't work with narcissists. I have a hard time with them. That's why I can't work with Keem. They're too ego-driven.
I don't really know what a narcissist is. It seems like everyone calls everyone. Some people call you that. They call Keem
People
that. They call
overuse it a
Boogie that.
lot.
They call fucking DSP that.
Yeah, people overuse it a lot, but when I say it, at least in regards to somebody like Keem, I mean that he lets his ego get in the way of his logic. And that's why I say I can't work with narcissists, because they're not logical. And they are sometimes, depending on where they are in the spectrum, but if they're too up in their emotions and their ego, you can't predict what they're going to do. And I don't like that.
We were able to do 2 hours tonight. We barely had to bring them up. I mean, of course, there's going to be something said because you probably want to hear my point of view.
About who? Review Tech or Keem?
No, saying about the LCU thing.
Oh, yeah. No, I've got plenty of stuff to do besides talking about the LCU. The only reason I was doing that is because Keem wouldn't let up on me. So if
No,
he-
I get it.
yeah.
That's what I said. But you'll find your group. That's why I said I
already
wouldn't worry
know.
about it.
I already know what
you'll
I
get in
want to
there.
do. I was getting flooded with tons of ideas, but I got sidetracked by this. But all I do, Joe, this is why I take my weekends off. I get high as fuck. High as fuck. And I'm also very receptive that way. And that's when I do my spiritual work. And that's when I get a lot of my inspiration. That's why that time is so important. I need that time to just exist and be creative and just receive ideas.
A lot of people say a lot of shit when they smoke weed. I get it.
Brian Baker with $10. Do you like tall men, Miss Queen Becky? Doesn't everybody? They say that if you're taller, if you're like 6 foot or higher, people automatically rank you as 15% more attractive.
What's funny is when he asks that or whatever, if anything knows anything about Becky, if that tall guy has a wallet, there's a shot.
How tall is the wallet?
Am I wrong, Beck?
No,
Huh?
no, you're not wrong. Because as you can see, I'm very concerned about finances. The reason why
I mean, you could look like Chucky and maybe have maybe a shot in the dark or at least a
I
date.
don't care what a person looks like at all. It's just because
That's how I feel. And you come across as someone like that.
because I'm looking for a life partner. So I'm looking at having shared core values, the more important things. If I choose somebody, they could get in a car accident, anything could happen where they're disfigured. I'm not there for their looks. I'm there for who they are. You know, the looks change. It shouldn't matter. At least to me, it doesn't. It could be a bonus. That's nice. But as long as I'm not repulsed, I can't be repulsed. That's too much. I can't do that. But, you know, yeah, I've been okay like that. All right, so guys, we are at $392. It's 10:35. So we've been live for 2.5 hours. We actually could hit our goal, I think, and maybe we will with the Dono Train. But regardless, either way, it is Dono Train time. If you guys had fun doing this, we could do it again tomorrow. Up to you, Gemini.
Yeah, I'll
but
come.
you could come back, Joe. Gemini, I know
Yeah, I'll
you
come.
do your own show, so I don't know if you want to. That's the only reason, but I'd love having you back too. You pain in the fucking ass. You're the fucking worst sometimes.
There.
What?
You know who wanted me here, you bitch.
I did want you here.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
He should dress as Wednesday Addams every Wednesday. And hey, I should dress in pink. Mean
Why
Girl.
don't you dress up as Wednesday Addams?
No, because on Wednesdays, for Mean Girls, on Wednesdays, we wear pink.
You could do Fester. I'm not saying that to be like an asshole, but because
Becky can do it
you could probably do a Fester.
You.
with her bald head. You.
Not me. I'm not like an Uncle Fester. You're round.
Yeah,
You're
you'll be
roly-poly.
freaking.
No, I said you
Fester.
have the wig. You could take your wig off and do Uncle
Me?
Fester.
Not anymore. I got hair now.
Oh, okay.
I got a lot of hair now. I look like Betty Boop for real now. It's kind of crazy.
Auntie Fester.
I remember.
Yeah, the Becky.
Does that
I like
mean-
the Becky Boop moniker. That works.
I like
I
it.
thought when you did Ursula, even though Ursula has red lipstick, you should have did black.
I thought so too.
That because that red lipstick you were wearing didn't look like Ursula red, so I was like, she might as well have done black.
I like the black lipstick. I enjoy that because I never get to wear stuff like that in real life, so I like doing it here.
I thought Beans looked good when she did that goth look with the
She
black
did.
lipstick.
She
I
looked
don't see too many
interesting.
girls do that.
And you know, this is also part of why I have the goals where they are too, right? Because then I can afford to do things like that. If I had it my way, I would dress up for every single show. Because I think it adds
Why? How much does an
interest.
Ursula costume run?
That ran me over $100 getting everything I needed. It adds up. Especially ask Gemini. You know, whenever you're using props, cosplays, just getting all the things you need, it adds up before you know it. It gets crazy. You know, so that's why I would love to up the production quality, for me at least, with the costumes. I think it's interesting. If you've ever watched Kino Casino, I don't know, have either of you guys watched that?
Of course, big fan. Tell him at Suffa Horse. I've always seen him over
Oh
there.
my God, I
First
saw
time
him
I
over
saw
there
Suffa
too. I couldn't believe when I saw him over there, but yeah, the way they did Halloween, dressing up every day, that's what I would want to do, but practically every day, just because I enjoy it.
I'm capable of doing content like that. I didn't always do it, but I've recently started it's like a segment. It's called the Detractor Alley. And sometimes I'll watch locale videos and I'll break them down, mainly DSP.
We should talk more about DSP. Maybe if we do an episode tomorrow, you could teach me about DSP.
I could. Like I said, I do a segment called the Detractor Alley. That'd be a perfect fucking segment to do around here. But see, at the same time, not everyone's going to love that. A lot of people just love you. But I guess
Yeah.
I'll just take the whatever and we could just see what happens.
Look, we did okay tonight. Tonight was great. We didn't hit. Like I said, I'm only disappointed about the goal because of Elvira. But overall, I'm happy. This is great. I don't want to sound ungrateful. It's amazing, especially after the night we had last night, and we've lost all our biggest donors. It's been rough. So it's been everybody coming together to support this. So I just
See, here's where, when you were talking about the biggest donors,
Yeah.
that's where not paying those girls is probably costed you them. And if you
did?
just break it down like that, some people can't look past that, and they're probably too ashamed to say, I still like her even though she did that. You know, that's not the case with me, but I think that's why you lost. You're going to
Oh,
lose
for
that.
sure. I know
And there was
that's-
going to be some losses from this. This wasn't going to be
yeah.
like, oh, fuck it. You know, not
Oh,
everyone's
no,
going to be like,
I
how
knew
I
for
was.
sure, and that's okay. The way I view it, Mad Scientist with $10. Okay, let's get that goal up over 400. You just did. It's at 404. It's at 404. Like when you would go to a website.
Damn, that's close. That's bad. Hey, that's a
is.
win
That's
on some
almost
people.
there.
I told you, DSP only wants 300 a day. You top that.
It's because I got big hopes and dreams, man. Hopes and dreams.
I just
for
know it's going to
this.
take a while for you to, you know, you used to make the big money. I'm aware. You know, I mean, you shaved your head bald.
No,
there
if
was
we-
some
if
good
we
money
hit
going
this- if we
around.
hit this
I'll give you that.
If we hit this goal, I'll be making more money than I did over there, and I'm living my dream. Like literally.
You really, so if you made 500 a show, that's
Mm-hmm.
more than
Because
Up north?
over there, I had a 4-way split. I'd have to make 2,000 every show to make what I'm making here. That's
I got
why
you.
if I get that money and I could cry saying this because of what it means to me, I might, because it just means that much. It would literally, that would be my dream. I'd hit it. That's it. You know, like you have numbers in your head sometimes or goals you want to meet. That would actually be like, holy shit, this is real and it's sustainable and it's good. It's not barely scraping by. This is like real and I'm living my dream.
Yeah,
literally
like I
couldn't
said,
ask for anything else.
I think just being able to do this in front of, I always said, man, if I could do this in front of just 100 people, to me, that would be something.
Yeah. I mean, there's that, but then if you want to continue doing that, once you realize you love that feeling and you want to be able to continue doing that day after day and you know all the time it takes, you know, that's where being able to do it. I don't know if you're like semi-retired or not. I don't know where you're at in life.
No.
But yeah, to be able to do that and have it be sustainable and then to do it for a network. So it's not just me, but I'm helping other people that way. That's the dream. It's part of why
Yeah.
the Roxy and Savage situation sucked so much. I was actually, this is going to sound so ridiculous. I was so excited to do my first payroll. So excited because I've never done payroll
Now,
properly
people
before.
aren't going to believe that, just so you know. That's going to be a tough pill to
They
swallow
don't
right
have
there.
to believe it because
You couldn't wait to do the payroll.
no, it's true. I already calculated their numbers and had everything all set up besides having to get their emails to put it in. I already calculated it all for the month. Let me tell you why it's not hard to believe. I've run businesses a lot, but I'm more of like a solopreneur. I don't like that phrase, but I like working alone. And every time
Sure.
it's time to scale, I don't end up scaling because I don't want to end up taking that next step. This is the first time in my life I'm taking that next step. I've had contractors before and stuff, but you just hand them cash and you're fine. It wasn't like proper payroll. You know, this I was doing proper payroll, got it set up through a payroll service, and I was so excited. I'm still excited, but I'm only paying, I think, 2 people this payroll. So it's not what it was going to be. I can't wait till the day I'm shooting out like 10 or 20 people and get it. Like, that's exciting shit. You know? You don't have to believe me.
We'll
It's
see.
okay. It's okay. All right. So it is dance time. It is dance time.
It's been dance time 42 minutes ago,
I
motherfucker.
know, but we were having fun. So, all right. Are you guys ready? Are you ready, Gemini?
Yeah.
Okay, do it, go.
Gemini should dance with the doll.
Maybe.
Hell no.
Donation train rolling through the
standing.
nation. Hot mess express, but we still at the station. Money stacking
agree.
tall like a
Man,
skyscraper creation. Giving back, that's the vibe, no
I wanna sponsor
hesitation.
that.
Yeah, that's
Chugga,
Becky.
choo-choo, cash on
Listen,
rotation.
I'm so sorry. I know I'm fucking up. I can't help it. Kermit Frug. I would love nothing more than that. That would be the dream. Okay, I'm starting from the beginning. I didn't actually announce it's the Dono
This
train.
fucking
It's the
bitch.
Dono train. Every dollar counts. Joe is gonna read them all and be overly exuberant about them. That was just a bonus. Here you go, Gemini.
Stick on.
Now she gets up, now I sit down. Stupid motherfucker.
Smith the Frog says, oh man, Trish and Becky would be awesome.
Donation train rolling
Yeah,
through the
Becky.
nation. Hot mess
You don't
express,
see me
but we
as
still at the
well.
station. Money stacking tall like a skyscraper creation. Giving back, that's the vibe, no hesitation. Chugga, choo-choo, cash on rotation. We the donation station, no vacation.
fat motherfucking
Every
fan.
coin, every bill builds a foundation. Hot mess, but we're blessed, call it dedication.
I'm sitting. Fuck that.
Big hearts, bigger bags, that's the equation. Hot mess express, riding with elation. Energy electric, sparking innovation. Throw it in the pot, start the celebration. All aboard, yeah, the rhythm don't stop. Engine on fire, got the whole block hot. Steam rising high, we gon' shoot for the top. Donation train, full speed, no flop. Chugga, choo-choo, cash on rotation. We the donation station, no vacation. Every coin, every bill builds a foundation. Hot mess, but we're blessed,
Crap
call
they
it
would talk about
dedication.
Keenan would be a money maker for everyone.
What would be?
Hustle game strong.
He said, imagine the
Never
crap they would talk
complacent.
about
Fuel
Keem,
in
it
the
would be a
cause,
moneymaker
hearts
for everyone.
adjacent.
I
We
don't know.
loud, we proud like a bold proclamation. Donation train, changing lives, that's the vibration.
Oh, we're talking about Trisha.
Yeah, that
don't think
would
I know
be
who
the
that is.
dream.
Gemini's getting shout outs. Keep it up, Gemini. Dance with that doll. You got 2 dolls back there. Do something with the doll.
That's a damn animatronic.
I have no rhythm today. What is wrong with me today?
What the hell is this?
Thank you, broke man.
Feeling good and dancing in a chair.
Hustle game strong, pockets never complacent.
Harder, Gemini, harder,
Fuel in the
Becky.
cause, hearts adjacent.
I
We
can't go
loud, we
harder.
proud like a bold proclamation. Donation train, changing lives, that's the vibration.
Well, some people I think that don't want Becky involved with drama. She's good at addressing shit. Sometimes you gotta let someone address shit if they can do it.
We gone.
Marijuana, thank you for $5.
Thank you, marijuana, for the Finkel.
Oh my God, they're saying real YouTube is saying $100 gets another hour. I would do it. You guys don't have to. I would stay for another hour. I got a drink. I'm feeling really good. Gives me a reason to finish it. So,
I would
marijuana.
I'm
have to
gone.
top my drink off.
Huh?
I would have to top my drink off.
Well, by all means. Marijuana, thank you so much for the $5. So yeah, okay, cool. If we get, I'm out of breath. If we get 100, then yeah, well, I'll keep it going another hour, sure. I'd love to. All right, let's do the next one. This one's my favorite.
This bitch got another.
Hot Mess Express. I'm the conductor, feel the heat. Pulling up to the station. Got generosity on repeat. Wallets open, hearts golden, rhythm fueling the ride. Donation train rolling, everybody come inside. Clank, clank, the coins
Drinking
ring,
hour.
rhythm never slows.
I like the cling cling part of the song.
Donation station buzzing with the good
Lady Lala says drinking hour.
dance to the swing.
Marijuana says I love the BBU. Yeah.
Hot Mess Express, we're reaching every goal.
Kermit the Frog says Trisha would love Becky.
Steam rising, tracks blazing, the funk's on overload.
Shauna says, yeah, another hour.
On fire,
I would love
this
to.
train's in party
But we
mode.
gotta hit the goal first. They said
Luggage
for
full of
$100. That was the real YouTube
every
channel's
note a
idea.
spark. Electrify the journey, lighting up the dark. Clink, clink, the coins rain, the rhythm never slows. Donation station buzzing where the good vibes grow. Dance to the swing, let the beat ignite your soul.
It says, yeah.
Mess Express, we're reaching every goal. Wheels turning, hearts burning.
Ron with the
we're
$2 says,
unstoppable
go Queen.
now. Horns blaring, lights flaring, donations taking a bow.
Ron, you are
Every
amazing.
step
Is that life? Is that life with Ron, guy?
cheer on this donation train. There's no room for fear. Clink, clank, the coins rain.
Shauna says my favorite YouTuber is getting me up on my feet.
Donation station buzzing where the good vibes grow.
Oh, stop it. I do not look like Elaine from Seinfeld. Kermit the Frog.
Your soul.
Kermit the Frog says, has anyone seen Elaine dance on Seinfeld? Oh, yeah. Elaine was hot. I like Elaine. Someone says, I like Joe reading the comments while Becky's dancing. Yeah, I figured me dancing might be a little too sweaty. I'm surprised Becky's able to dance taking that medication.
Dude, that's why
That
I'm in a
should make me
chair.
puke.
That's why I'm in a chair. Oh my God. All right, I have a story before we go. It's a gross one. Oh, we're
I'm gone. I've been on stream for like 4 hours.
Thank you, Lady
now.
Lala, for the one gifted.
Go
Bye.
ahead.
And that one went to Delaney.
Well, now I feel
You know what you got to do next time you have me on, Becky, is let the Grays talk. Let's hear what
Sure.
they're saying out there. And I'll be here to back you up. I'll make sure no one gains up on you.
That would be fun. Maybe we could do that. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I have to see what happens between now and then.
Because then I could probably start sharing it and get more people in here that
Yeah.
way. You know, because some people don't know you enough to be like a member. Maybe in time they will.
Yeah.
But I have some people that will occasionally just come in, you know.
Yeah, I hear you. That would be cool. Lady Lala, thank you for gifting one Becky Boop membership. Appreciate you. Our final numbers for the evening. Thank you so
Well, Kermit the Frog, to be honest, a lot of people at first don't, and then they kind of come around. I could understand why some people would be like, fuck this guy.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm always very transparent about our numbers. So our final
Lady
numbers.
Lala says, do a gifted train, Becky.
I mean, I'll dance more. I like dancing, but I'll dance. Yes, I'll do that, but I have to be able to dance to an AI song that
Why
I
won't it
make.
let me give memberships on my side?
Sometimes that happens. I don't know, and I never know how to fix that either.
Like there's
Also,
times if you're on an iPhone, you can't join a channel either.
Guess what? Guess what I learned the other day? Very interesting. If people donate through an iPhone or through an iPad, and
They
they're
can only use $3 and up. You can't donate $1.
Oh, I didn't know that, but did you know that Apple takes 30% of that before YouTube takes its 30% cut? So like
Interesting.
$100 donated on the iPhone, I think ends up being something like $39 if it's done that
For
way.
you? That's fucking bullshit.
Because
39?
Apple takes 30% and then YouTube takes 30% and then eventually when you have to pay tax, let me do it really quick. Let me pull up the calculator.
You guys had to make a shitload of money on Queens for that to make sense. If you were getting 39 per 100, splitting that
That's
in 3
why.
ways.
That's why.
Holy
Well,
shit,
if
you
it's-
guys were cleaning house.
If it's through an Apple device.
Taking that detective for the dollar.
Thank you so much, Detective. Let me do, okay, so 100 times 0.7. So after Apple's cut, that's $70. Then you take another times 0.7. You take another 30% from that. That brings it down to $49. So you get $49 paid to you, right? Then if you're an independent contractor, you're going to be setting aside like up to 30% for taxes. And
Yeah.
so let's multiply this by 0.7 again. So after taxes, $100 becomes $34. That's your take home that you get to keep.
Well, sometimes it might have felt like it wasn't worth it up there. You guys are fighting over a fucking $100 like that. Holy
do you know
shit.
why it wasn't worth it? It wasn't worth it because I was fighting to keep the show going. Tina was sabotaging it. And so she just didn't care if it failed. And when I left, she also didn't care if it failed, which is wild because she complains about it all the time. But then I realized, I learned after I left that, when it was failing, Mike paid her money anyway.
Another show up there. I think they would have made up for that. I just think you were just going through a rough time in those after Fat Camp months. Everyone was.
Well, I think it was probably the worst for me, especially right after Fat Camp. Keem was brutal to me.
Because you had all the momentum. You know what I mean? You guys were number one in donations, all that. They were getting upset. But you got to, and you always bring that up, him getting upset over you guys being number one. You need to let him do that. Because that's shining a light on you guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
and I honestly thought Queens was going to drop a lot more when you left, but I'm actually more shocked they've held that audience with Gidgey. Because I think Tina needs someone else, man. She needs an upgrade.
Oh,
for
they
real.
suck. I can't even watch the show. But it's because a lot of people there will watch Slop. And a lot of
And I don't hate her. But I'm like I said, I've always been a Tina fan, and I know you might not like her or whatever, but
Oh, that's okay.
I think she's underrated at times.
She can be great. I just don't like her because I know her personally. So I know what she's actually like.
See, I think she would do good on the live show because Keem would be like, Tina, what do you think of so-and-so? When he says that with Batgirl, you'll get a response, but it's not like a response like when Tina's breaking down how she feels about
talk
someone.
about Batgirl. Not today. Somebody remind me tomorrow. I'll save it for tomorrow. I'll save it. No, I won't. I said yesterday that I heard that maybe she had an OnlyFans. Maybe other people knew this, but this was new to me. Well, I was wrong. And since Keem is watching every word I have to say, allow me to retract my statement. She doesn't have an OnlyFans. She has a motherfucking Pornhub. She has a whole channel on Pornhub doing everything. Sucking dick, I think getting fucked, tits out, ass out, stripping. She doesn't shave her armpits. Everything.
Mr. J said Tina gets old quick. Well, here's the thing. She can if she's booked the same way every time. What happens is they get very complacent with her and they tell her to do the same shit.
They don't tell
Sometimes it's about mixing it up. It's just like when Becky went over to Milkers and they thought that was great. It was great because it worked. Becky would work probably on a few shows. I always thought they should have put you on live. I'm like, just quit fucking around with all these people. It wasn't that Rastoff and CD-ROM couldn't do it. They just didn't work with Boogie and them. But Rastoff still did well for himself. Like I said, his story's an inspiration.
Yeah.
But you were a host that could be a host everywhere. Even over Boogie. Like, Boogie's not really, like, main host material. He's good around a guy that's good. And he's good. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate Boogie. At times he could be annoying, but everyone's gonna have those moments.
My thing with Tina,
I have shit that I do.
My thing with Tina, just to say this because I do know this for a fact because I know what the scripts are. She was not always written the same way. She just always acted the same fucking way. There were a lot of times on shows she was supposed to be doing different things and she just would not do them or she would do the opposite. And on my feet, I had to work with how she was spinning it around. It was like torture the whole time. I had to work my ass off so fucking hard because even if a show was going well, like let's say I was crying or whatever, so it's getting a lot of donations, then she would be like, oh, you're fake crying, you're just scamming, and she would just ruin it and all the donations stop.
Now, Gonzo brings up, this is a person that I know. They said Tina screaming over, because I used to show them you and Tina.
Yeah.
Said Tina screaming over people is not a talent. Well, she doesn't do that all the time. That's what I said. It's like Becky and Tina. They had their real flashy moments, and then there would be times where you're like, damn, what do they got them doing? And you know what I mean? And then it kind of got like a mess down at the end, but you still had the talent. They would have never got rid of you. They just didn't like the way you weren't playing his ball with them as much anymore. And that's the reality. Is some people that are really good at shit, that's just how they're going to get. And you should be happy that you're really good than fucking be some other motherfucker.
It would have been amazing. Well, so here's when things went so the reason I ultimately had to leave wasn't really Tina. It was because of Keem.
Sure. I never thought it was Tina.
Because she was a part of it, but it was Keem that made me actually leave. And, oh shit, I just forgot what I was saying.
Bad month. That Veterans Month, that was a bad month. It probably left I could see why you were upset. I could see why everyone was upset.
It would have been good with Keem, but where it all started going downhill was he created me. He wanted me to be a hated character, but one-dimensional, just one-dimensional. He didn't want anybody to like me. He didn't want me to have anything else to me. He just wanted me to be pure hate.
Here's the thing I'll tell you, Becky, because you don't watch wrestling. One of my favorite wrestlers is a guy that wasn't supposed to be liked. Sometimes that is a good quality.
No, I know,
to
but
be
here's the
disliked,
problem.
but still be liked.
But here's
and watch.
Well, to still be liked, yes. But here was the problem. He created me as a scripted character before the LCU was even a thing. Then the LCU became a thing. And so all of a sudden, I was created to attract hate donos. Well, now that there's more than one show, I wouldn't get the hate donos on Queens anymore. They would go everywhere else. So strategy.
I remember that you'd have those guys like Micro Penis that would donate to talk shit, but shit, that was still at least 80 a show from that guy.
There were only a few, and that's why I worked so hard on them. And Keem would be like, oh, you're parasocial. And it's like, no, they're not like simping for me. They fucking hate me. They're my trolls, but they're the ones who are paying the money. But then Keem would shit on that too. So anything I did that wasn't exactly how he wanted it would ruin things. So as soon as people...
Get that from him?
Huh?
Sometimes the man who pays says. That's just how it is.
But it wasn't possible to work with because it's like if you say what the boss says goes, yeah, but like when I wanted time off because of the death in my family and stuff and he wouldn't give it, then what he has to say doesn't go anymore. He could not.
What they should have let you guys do on the weekends, they should have let you guys do shit on your own channels to make up
been huge.
For fucking bullshit money. May the best person win.
Yeah,
and I get it. Keem doesn't want people getting hip to the other channels. I don't know why. Like I said, if you're good enough at what you're doing, they're always going to come back and watch it.
I could tell you why, because I learned from Roxy, from running this channel. I was very open. I wanted to let her run her own channel. Then what happened? She started putting all her best content on her channel and not showing up here. She'd show up physically, but she wasn't locked in. She wasn't in the game. And she was using all her best ideas on her personal channel. And then when she'd show up here, all of a sudden her husband was sick. All of a sudden everything went wrong and she couldn't be there, but she was always available on her own show.
If she did a good job acting, at times it felt like she looked like she liked being over here. I don't get the impression that Roxy dislikes you. I think she's more hurt by this than maybe you are, but you're heel. Sometimes you got to embrace being a heel. That's why I said when you did that flip flop, I'm like, shit, I'm ready. I might be looked at as a whatever because I come around you, but
the main thing I miss about the LCU, honestly, was that
paychecks.
No, I miss my character. I did enjoy being a heel. I was
really
good. I was created so much for that universe, so it sucks to leave because I don't do the same thing over here, and I don't want to do the same thing over here. But I wish I could have still been a little part of things over there and be able to still put that character to use, which is why it sucked so bad that Keem backstabbed the fuck out of me. Had he not done that, things would have been great. We had a plan. 6 months of me being in the LCU. Then come 6-ish. Then come January, we launched Frenemies. We had a plan.
Here's my one question, I guess. Before you made the move and went back and whenever when they gave you that $2,500 or whatever, you made so much money prior to that. Even though Roxy was gone and you were about to do the one-on-one with Savage, What made you feel like you had to make that financial jump, knowing that you had all that money coming to the channel?
It was the Frenemies show, because if that show took off and that was the real goal, the LCU money would have been shit. In fact, I told Keem, and he agreed to guarantee me at least $5,000 a month if we didn't hit those numbers, because I know chances are we wouldn't hit numbers over there because they're not left with many
Oh,
donors.
so he's saying even if you only made $2,000, you're getting $5,000?
Yes, he had agreed to that. So that way I'd be able to.
Well, that's hard to pass up. I get it.
But it's
$5,000?
not even that. It's not even about the $5,000, because who cares about $5,000? It's something. But what it was is that the Frenemies show would have far dwarfed anything else we were doing. That could have been like $1 million a month. I'm not joking.
Boogie needed to be on that show too.
Maybe.
I like when you and Boogie used to go back and forth.
I can't
Whether you
stand
guys
Boogie.
said some mean things, you guys were fucking entertaining to watch together.
Yeah, we're good. He's just really frustrating. But that's why I should have been on live. But this show, Frenemies,
Sure.
would have been.
I agree.
It would have been me and Keem, and it would have been 50-50, and not just profit splitting, but actual ownership. I would own 50% and he would, which is part of why the fact that he backstabbed me fucked it up so much, because who wants to commit to being business partners with somebody who will backstab you like that? Kind of stupid to do, no matter how much money is potential. So he just had to get that short-term win so badly so that he could feel even for the fact that I had started the BBU, and he ruined the bigger picture. And now he's
I wonder if
trying
it made as much money as he thought it was going to make. That'd be the one question I would ask.
If what did?
Did it make as much money as you thought?
For what? For what?
Doing that thing to you, whatever when he brought you on and then fired you in front of everyone did. I wonder if the money. Did he make the kind of money he thought he would make from doing all that?
No,
Like,
he lost
maybe in his
money
head
on
he was
that.
like, "Oh, I'm going to make thousands from this."
No, he lost money on that because he blew his load too soon. That was the fucking problem. If I was going to go back, at least make that last a few days. Why the fuck would you flip it that fast?
I'll tell you why I was nervous for you. At first, I thought everything was real, but I'll tell you where I had my first. Wait a minute, they might call her. I didn't know they were going to do the firing thing, but I'll tell you when I thought you might get a phone call. That night on Queens, correct me if I'm wrong, they only made a couple bucks. And I think that was because of everyone being mad at Mike. So I don't think Mike was like, well, I'm going to bring in this girl and at the detriment sacrifice thousands on Queens. I'm like, they're either going to have to talk to Becky or that might become a problem. But the reality was they were just playing a damn joke.
Right.
But I knew when Queens didn't do no money that night, Mike would have to be like, well, if I'm doing this circuit, I need to make money still.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I just think they made like $100. And that was like the fans backlashing for bringing you back. I think eventually you would have smoothed out and it would have been better if they kept you.
Oh, absolutely.
But-
Because it was never about really B circuit. Like, yeah, you do that, but only until January, because it would have all been performative. The entire point was that then we have 6 months for Keem to make the moves to put both of us exactly where he wanted in order for that show to have the stage set perfectly. That was the entire plan. And I don't know what made him change his mind, because there was so much thought in it. I personally don't believe that he planned to just backstab me from the start, because it's too stupid. That man fights with me over $400. So to blow $2,500 in 30 minutes and turn around and fire me is absurd. You know what I mean? So something went wrong somewhere, and I don't know what happened.
The whole idea of the B circuit thing. It was like when I said in your chat, I was like, let's turn the B circuit into the A circuit.
I thought it was a good idea. That was actually the only idea I heard from him where I thought, oh, maybe the LCU won't fail. You know,
Because the reality is, I thought you, Roxy, and all you girls were going to go back to LoCal one day.
I wanted to
It
bring
just,
them.
it felt like that's where you guys, you did your thing.
And this is why I can't stand people saying I backstabbed people or I left them behind, because it was the opposite. They would have gotten to come over under me. So they.
True. Now that's true. You just did it out of order. You could at least admit you did it out of order.
What do you mean?
Well, when you just did the jump. Because here's the problem. Your high donators were going to take that personal. I wasn't, but people were going to take that personal. And in your head, you're a money girl. You should at least knew, look, if this doesn't work out, and I don't think you thought they were going to do that, either did I. But when they did that, I felt bad, because I'm like, man, there's going to be a lot of people who aren't going to be able to think they can forgive Becky.
Well, that's exactly.
You know what I mean? They're going to be
that's-
like, you can't forgive someone that does that.
And that's
And I'm not a
exactly-
believer in that.
that's
Because
exactly
I've been
what-
around too many criminals in my day.
That's exactly what Keem wanted, but also people are stupid sometimes. And you know what? I'm just going to point this out because I don't care. Like, listen, I appreciate money, but it also doesn't make me a slave to people. People like Mary are fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but she is. She pays so much money to Keem just to have him insult her. She came here, she's treated well. Then because I didn't pay Roxy and Savage, she goes back and donates $100 to Keem just to keep feeding the person who treated her like shit. And then she goes to Savage and is donating $20 to Savage when Richie, my ex, that I have all this going on with, was there and she was supporting him. There's no logic to that. There's no logic.
Here's the one thing I'll say about Mary is everybody knows her.
Yeah, but you know why
Definitely,
everybody knows her?
as far as people in the chat, like a Suffer Horse or a Mary. Remember, Keem brought her name up 9 times in one day.
But why
So
did
I
they
think
know
she
her?
changed her name.
He never did that until I put the light on her. Same for Suffa Horse, same for Nick Stone. I shine the light on people. That's what
I
happened.
think I always saw Nick
created
Stone and
them.
Suffer Horse to come back, but like Gamers and them, they were going to be a little bit upset with you not paying
Gamers is
someone. That's the
gone.
only reason they're
Fuck
not here.
Gamers, total backstabber. He's a total cunt. I'm sorry. He's disgusting. The way he took Ivixie and now he's managing her. He's managing her.
I did see he was a mod over there.
He only found her through my show. And do you know he's on Twitter talking shit to me saying he's doing so well monetizing her? What did you do to monetize her? It's like, bitch, you don't even have her channel monetized yet. With me, she made $800 in 6 hours. She's made $0.
Very surprised that my YouTube channel has more followers than Roxy. My YouTube channel's got 5,600. I was surprised some of these people had lower followings.
Well,
like
Roxy
Thick
was
Gemini. I
brand-
thought Thick Gemini would have thousands of people from being from the LCU. I've known who Thick Gemini is
Because
for
they
a
did him
grip.
dirty. Because they did him dirty. This is what the LCU does to everybody. That's why most people who leave don't succeed. Because by the time they've left, their reputations have been so tarnished. And if they're not able to hold themselves on their own, like Savage or Roxy, where they don't know how to make their own money, they don't know how to ask for it, they don't have business sense, they don't know what they're doing, they just fade back into obscurity. If they don't get wiped off the face of YouTube by Keem.
When it comes to being a host, you're definitely better than those 3 as a host. I'm not saying that because I'm up here in your face, but as a host role, you were better than them. Like Savage wouldn't have worked on a million shows. You would have worked on fucking Madhouse when Madhouse was there with Bunny and them.
Yeah.
I did a show a couple weeks back with David Javi. He's a great guy, but like you told me the one day, he likes to talk. So getting in what you want to say could be a little, which ain't a bad thing.
Well,
You know, he's a good dude.
Well, the thing is, that's kind of why I wouldn't mind doing a podcast with him because I could just let him
Sure.
talk.
I know, I
you
enjoy
know.
it. There was just times I checked my mic. I'm like, is my shit on? Because he would just sometimes go over you.
Kermit Frug, oh my God, I think this so many times, said Keem needs to look into how being the monster turned out for Vince McMahon.
Now, here's the problem with those donators, though. If you're somebody that admits you're crowdfunded, unfortunately, people like Gamers and that, you're going to probably have to treat a smidge different. But you're going to have to know they might be dented in some way.
Oh, totally.
Usually people that donate like super high levels of money, they also got like a real bad feelings problem. You're like, they're trying to get your attention or whatever. Or if you don't answer them, they'll donate and say, hey, you didn't read my donation. Or, you know what I mean? They'll take it personal if you ain't spending attention on them.
Yeah.
And I think that could be a problem sometimes. And that's why people end up turning their backs. But I think those two, they just turn their backs because of the money thing. I think if,
Gamers
say you were to
Asylum-
square with them women, I think they'd still be here.
Gamers Asylum mostly left when Roxy left. He was gone before the money thing. But then the Ivixie thing happened, and now he's ended up with Ivixie. And to what I say now that I know Gamers Asylums, and this is why I do things the way I do, because it works out in the end. This is why I say I don't care if I lose people because your vibe attracts your tribe. Gamers Asylum, once I got to know his character, I don't want him around. I'm glad he's gone. He would have sat around trying to poach shit. It's weird. And he's got some weird relationship with Vixie that I can't back this up. It's just the feeling I get. It's like a grooming sort of situation. It's very weird the way he grasped her and clung on to her. And I don't like it. I don't like it.
Real YouTube Shadow says, I wish Jeff would come on the show. I don't think Becky's had really anyone come on. If
Yeah.
David Jeff, she would let him come on.
He's been
David
on
Javi's
before.
really easy to get along with. And I never knew Becky was a gamer until recently. So with Becky being a gamer, she's able to be on podcasts like that because when they go off beat and they're talking about movies or games, she's able to have a word in.
The real YouTube shadow, if you look back, like, I think it's not this past Friday, but the Friday before, I went over on Madhouse and I was on there for hours and we got all super obliterated high. And you might enjoy watching that. And I have had Jaffe on here. He's popped on, I think, once. He's popped on, I believe he has. The problem is, for whatever reason, I don't know why I have this problem with co-hosts. My views go down. I don't understand why. I don't.
People just because probably, like I said, sometimes when people aren't in here, you're talking about the people that they want to see you talking about. So they're always going to tune in for that.
I updated it. Okay, so we're at, that's such a cute number.
Kermit the Frog says, Joe, can you say this? Is that what he means? Joe, can you say this?
Use.
Or say,
it says use.
Oh, it's from a Joe Pesci movie. What's funny is I can't even hear the Joe Pesci thing. People call me that. So I said, fuck it.
Somebody said about you, because I couldn't even remember who Joe Pesci was. I just remember the name, obviously. But somebody said that you look like the guy from Home Alone. And it's like, oh, duh, that's Joe Pesci.
I was on a show one time. I was on a panel. And they had a real Joe Pesci impersonator on there. True story. And they said, well, today's thing is we're going to have Pesci come in and we're going to have him go against the impersonator.
Yeah.
And what was funny was the impersonator did his impersonation. And I didn't talk. They told me to come in and not say anything. And I started talking, and the impersonator said I sounded more like Joe Pesci than he did, and I thought he sounded more like Joe Pesci.
By the way, I'm just going to say one more thing, because then I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go. I'm starting to feel my back hurt and stuff, so it's time for me to go to bed, or just get off this chair. But somebody said before, I think it was Kermit, saying how I would do really well with Trisha Paytas on that show, Just Trish, or something like that. So Keem was trying... And I see the similarities already, so I understand why he was doing this. He was basically trying to craft me into his version of Trisha Paytas.
Now, Mr. J. Ramiel says you sound like the guy from Home Alone. That's Joe Pesci.
Yeah. I feel very similar to Trisha in a lot of ways, and I tell you, with the way I cry, sometimes I could be just like her crying on the fucking floor. If, I feel a lot of similarities. I think she's a little bit more unhinged than me, but it's very similar too.
I think one of your best qualities is you don't remind me of anyone. And I think sometimes that's good.
Really? Because the reason so many people, that maybe it is good, because like the reason so many people would fuck with me, like Nick Stone, I reminded him of a girl he knew. Suffa Horse, I reminded him of his ex-wife. So they fuck with me.
You don't take it personal and you acknowledge it. It's, when you acknowledge things like that and you're cool with it, people are going to love that.
I love a good troll. That's why I love Lebrowski.
That's why you got to release the Grays. Next time I'm on, let's hear what the...
I was trying to just keep tonight a more positive night, because some people like unsubscribed after yesterday or weren't happy because it was such a heavy topic. So I figure we could have...
People unsubscribe because of what you did yesterday?
Women did, actually.
I don't think that shit was that bad. Well, you're going to have to talk about it, and eventually it's going to just end.
Well, what happened is they felt triggered by some of the stuff I was saying, which I understand, but also this is stuff I have to address. So if that means they can't stick around, that's fine. They can unsubscribe and find their way back if they want. But sometimes things have effects like that. Yeah, so I try to punctuate, like we had 2 days of heavier stuff, punctuate it with something lighter, Because originally today I would have like gone over the docket that was about OSG Knight Rider. I could have gone over that, but I didn't want to. We've talked too much about that stuff already. I needed a break. Or I felt we did.
The Psycho Mom seems like she'd be a good, cool co-host. But I think with Becky, let's just pretend I didn't exist. I would say with Becky, no Psycho Mom. But if you were going to give her a co-host, if we were really going to, I would go with someone a little bit more combative, because you know how to yell at people.
Oh, for me? I don't know who the perfect co-host is for me. I really don't.
It would be Psycho Mom, and that's nothing against her. She's fucking hot as fuck.
Yeah.
But
Smack ASMR, I'm not Trisha Paytas plus Foodie Beauty. I hate
I never thought when she was with Milkers, I just thought it was kind of like, I always thought that was the Hangout podcast. I never was into that.
Totally.
I could get into Queens and Live, and of course, Billy the Fridge is the man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, those were the 3 main shows I watched up there.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. Thank you so much for being here the whole night. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm not sure what I'll be doing tomorrow yet, but when I figure it out, I will let you know. I'm just so glad we finally got a chance for this. Like, it's how long
Sure.
has it been? And so at least I could just see what our chemistry was like. And it's just too bad that we were all starting to vibe right towards the end. When
Now, did I do well
Angela-
enough where I'd be able to come back one day, in your opinion?
Of course. I'm thinking of having you back tomorrow, depending on what's going on. I don't know if I have you back tomorrow, I don't know if I'd have it for the whole show. I might just do it for like a segment, like 30 minutes or something. But of course, I would definitely like having you back.
Because the one thing I'll give you props for when you were doing the tryouts, you were kind of honest with people. Someone wasn't.
Yeah.
If you didn't think someone was talented, you just hung up on a couple. People.
No, you and so from the tryouts, and this is just speaking honestly, you and I, Vixie, were my two tops. You were my top because I thought you actually have talent and skill and could get somewhere. You should be easy to fit with people. You should be easy to work with. I see the potential in you. With Vixie, I saw the potential in the fact that she's a cartoon character with big tits, and there's going to be guys who goon over that and are going to create parasocial
is weird.
relationships. But
I'm not much of a cartoon
But even more
titty
than
guy.
that, but the reason why it's a cartoon is significant is because it's a cartoon.
Oh,
and
she
not-
was good.
But because it's a cartoon and not a person, that means men can project their dream woman onto her. And that's why
Never been like that.
No,
I just look
plenty
at a
of people
girl,
are.
she's hot. I never said, shit, let me put fucking Sidney Crawford on Becky's body real quick.
But that's how it goes with stuff like that's how it goes with a lot of people. Before you meet a person in real life, like let's say I don't know what your relationship status is or whatever, but let's say your internet
Single.
date. Okay, thank you. Let's say like you meet somebody online and then you're going to meet them in person. Well, before you meet them in person, you've painted a picture in your head completely that you've actually projected onto them. Vixie, because she's a cartoon character, makes it easier to project onto her. And that's why I never wanted her on with real life hosts. It breaks the immersion. And she doesn't see that. I don't know how. That's why I was able to get her started making money like this. But other people are not saying you because you don't relate that way. But that's why other people are stupid. They just don't see. That's so obvious. I knew it from day one. I got to get her on here. But I also saw.
As a solo act made more sense than, like you said, having a co-host.
Well, and for her, that's why I got her going right away because I knew she was going to be with me. She was going to be instant money. There was no question. Now she's back to making $0 and pissing everybody
But it'll
off.
be interesting to see when this thing flatlines, the whole Becky and interviews and all that. That's when you'll see who's truly talented. When all the steam goes down, who's still out there talking. And the reality is, you're going to have ups and downs. Not everybody's going to make their most profitable month forever. I think it's about longevity. Like I said, I think you just
Definitely.
need to just keep doing what you're doing, and slowly you're going to meet you met some new people tonight, and they'll come back around.
Janelle says, I think Becky does better with a male co-host. I actually enjoyed this live with Pesci. So I was always like the girl who was friends with a lot of guys and stuff. And it was only more recently in life that I really learned to become better friends with women. I love working with women too. I don't have that sort of hate relationship with women that a lot of people seem to think women have with each other. But I do naturally flow very well with men. So always have.
Someone said Copper would be a good match. Copper's great. There's a couple things he needs to tweak, but he's good.
Copper would have been a good match, or would be a good match for who? For me? And by the way,
I don't know,
Mr.
I think
McKengus,
maybe
it's good.
talking about me, potentially. I don't know. Could be.
Which one, Mr. McKengus? And by the way, it's good to see you here. Thank you.
He's more of a one-on-one guy. Copper's a good guy that you would just come in on occasion. Like, hey, he's going to have this guy on, but he needs a long... It's like with Becky. I think there's segments that Becky should just do solo. I don't think it has to be let's have a co-host every night. It'd be like, all right, we're going to bring Pesci on or someone, and let's just see what they're talking
That's
about to
what-
kill a little dead air.
exactly. So that's
But
what's
there's
gonna-
going to be times where Becky's going to do things and people are going to want to see her do that by herself.
Exactly. That's why for now, what I decided to focus on is just focusing. Like, that's why I'm not rebuilding Queens right now. I'm focusing on the Becky Boop show. And as I find my footing, I keep getting pulled into all this other stuff.
And that was a good move. Get rid of the Queen's moniker.
Yeah,
It
that
got
was just in the
dragged
beginning.
through
That
the
was
mud too
just
much.
for the beginning. I don't need that with anybody else. That was just two other girls who wanted to be queens, so it made sense and it kind of like closed
No, I get
up.
it.
But Yeah, so I think I'm going to really focus on doing the Becky Boop show, focus on it being me, but then bring in hosts and have rotating guests and stuff like that. Or what I also would like to do is as I build up the network, eventually I don't even know that I want to have my own show. Or I could still have my own show, but I want to be able to pop into other shows a lot.
That's why I always said being a, whatever you guys called that, intern, I always thought that would have been the best move. Because you could end up on a show like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, one of the shows in the LCU that you thought you could do good on.
Yeah.
And shit, if you do good on there, you know, they've let guys that you would never think in a million years would be a host up there. That's why when you said, I'm doing tryouts, I'm like, man, I'm in.
Well, the reason why, and here's, when you said that Rastov was like
He should be. Think about it.
but when
He
you
was a
said
guy that had no channel. He didn't come from a monetized channel. His skills are limited, but that's just because he was gathering his way. He could be trusted. He was a learner, and he was aware of what the community's thinking. That's why Keem just said today, I want to trade Boogie for Rastov for a week, because Rastov knows how to take control of things, bring money, has an ear to the money, and sometimes that's what's important. It doesn't matter if he's Boogie or someone else. Just those little things and his honesty, it got him to the top. People should be like, damn,
I disagree.
that's pretty impressive.
I'll tell you, here's my completely so different version of how
And I know you've had your things with him. I
No,
get
it's
it.
not because it's personal. Here's what I think happened. It's a completely different path to the top. At one point months ago, Rastov poached several crowns from LolCow Live. From that point forward, Keem had his eye on him and was going to want to punish.
I will say this.
But
I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. When Rastov got the call up, I definitely didn't think it was because they thought he could replace Wings. And you know what's crazy? This is what I'll say about Wings. Wings would only give you 40%. That's what was interesting about Wings. Wings at 40% has looked better than the guys he's brought up there. Not shitting on the guys he brought up there. CD-ROM should have never been brought up. You bring a guy like Rastov up because at the end of the day, Keem judges the money. And he's got his ear to the money. If I was in charge, Rastov, let's go.
I understand, but
if money's the deal.
But that's exactly the point. It wasn't a dream come true. It was a nightmare, and that's the point I'm trying to get to. Because he saw he could get the money, and he was taking the money from him. So Keem brought Rastov on the show, not because he saw potential, but because he wanted to abuse and punish him until Rastov said no and wouldn't take it anymore. It was
I
punishment.
think it's more about abusing and punishing.
No,
I
but-
think it was more about getting the money and maybe...
It's not about the money. Look at the pattern. He did the same thing with CD-ROM. He did the same thing with Batgirl. They're brought up there just, I promise you. I'm pretty sure.
Keem must have been drunk when he made the CD-ROM thing. That shit, I was like, whoa.
He wanted to use him as a punching bag, use him as free content, humiliate him, chew him up, and spit him out. I'm telling you, that's what he did to me the entire time I was there. That's how he works. And you think it's a dream, but if you were saying about the intern thing, that is the best way. Because listen, if I ever thought I was going to end up on a show like Queens, I would have never. That was not my fucking thing. I went in there wanting to be on LolCow Live. But Keem, if you ever do well, he will take you and punish you. It is what this is what you might not know it. Do you guys?
Fair, Queens was cashing out at one time. They were getting money. I remember watching it in the beginning. I was like, holy shit.
We were making money until I made the mistake of saying, hey, we beat LolCow Live in donations for the month of December or whatever it was. After that, Keem started changing Queen's time slot, fucking us around, and we never got to pass them again. That's what he does. If you hurt his ego, so that's what Rastov did. When he took, yes, Keem has his ear or eye or whatever on the money, but not in the way you think. Not because he values that Rastov can make money, but he hates that Rastov can make money better than him. So he brought him on to punish him. And also, that said, Rastov, in my opinion, is not an entertainer. He's a behind-the-scenes guy.
That's why I said, when it comes to you being a host over them, they don't have what you have, Rastov and CD-ROM. But what Rastov does have is an ear to the money.
Yeah.
He could be trusted, and that shit goes a long way. He's very aware of the community. He's very aware. Like, when they made him the community manager, I think that worked. Is he a guy that's going to be able to do a solo show by himself and bring in thousands? Probably not, but that's never been his strong suit. I always said when Keem let those guys do the opening thing, where it'd be like, tonight on LolCow Live, when you would hear them do that, that's how you knew they didn't have it. You'll know if people have it when they do that opening scene.
Yeah, so a few interesting comments from the chat. Butt Smack ASMR says, Keem wanted to use CD for... Oh, that wasn't the one I meant to read. Where'd it go? Somebody said,
Yeah, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, it's okay. I was just very passionate about that point because that's exactly the point that I want people to understand about Keemstar. And if anybody ever wants to work for him, you need to understand, especially with the way the LCU is now, if you ever do well, you will not be able to do well for long. Listen, Harvard graduate, I've accomplished a lot of stuff.
Suffa.
I don't give up on things. I don't stop. I simply don't allow things to fail. Look at what happened with the goal tonight, right? I mean, we didn't hit it, but we got way closer. I just don't accept it if it's not there. But even I could only get to a certain point before he knocks you down. He just doesn't let you pass it. And somebody had said there, if you let him, what he loves to do is build people up and knock them down over and over and over. And by the way, that's the same thing as a cycle that you find in an abusive relationship. They hurt you, and then, oh, they love bomb you. It's okay. Oh, you're so good. You have so much talent. Fuck you. You're a virgin. We're going to humiliate you. Fuck you, Becky. We're going to shave your hair. Doesn't matter that you're our top performer. We're going to shave your fucking hair. Shouldn't a top performer be treated the best, not the worst? That's his thing.
I could see what you're saying. But they never wanted to get rid of you, truly.
Oh, no, but that's the thing. So the way they said he wants to build you up, thank you, Buttsmack. The way the person said he wants to build you up and knock you down, that's the thing with me. When Keem said he didn't want me depressed, he doesn't want me suicidal, Keem doesn't want to kill me. He wants to keep me barely alive so that he can fuck with me over and over and over and over. If I was dead, I'm no fun. That's his thing. I wish it wasn't. There's so much stuff I like about Keem. I am very attracted to him in a magnetic way. I want to like him, but he makes it impossible once you get to know who he really is. You just can't. Not unless you're into abusive shit.
Yeah. No. Interesting to see how he would have handled things if you would have just pretended that nothing he did bothered you. I wonder how he would have handled that.
He probably would have lost interest in me, and I probably would have gotten fired at some point because he specifically likes me for the fight. And what happens with...
He was going to have to change it up. The money you guys were making was never going to be able to withstand.
But
you were always going to have to do something
But
different.
he doesn't care about the money in particular with that. He cares about his ego. If he cared about the money, he would have seen I had to switch occasionally from being a heel to being something else and then go back to being a heel. Give some variety, give some more. But instead, he was just so focused on how much he wanted to humiliate me.
Kermit the Frog brought up a good point, but I'll tell you why I think they did CD-ROM not as bad as people think. He says a lot of people would have Minecrafted themselves if they were in CD's situation, real or scripted. Now, I see that. But the thing is, this is how CD should have looked at it. For these couple weeks I'm up here, whether I'm their next guy or not, I need to perform.
Yeah.
It's like the BBU thing. I go, before any of this ever happened, when you said that you were starting a BBU, I go, look, even if the BBU's a failure, if I try out for it and could be a shining spot, there's plenty of teams that are bad that have good players. CD-ROM should have took it. I'm about to make a couple $1,000, and I'm going to be able to bring some people back. But you got to perform, and at times he looked nervous. So it was obvious that he had to be replaced. I get the Minecraft thing. It wasn't nice the way they did it. But what's funny is they bring the girl on, and I don't think Keem knows how to trash certain girls. You know, I mean, he felt comfortable doing it with you, but he doesn't know how to do a Batgirl. So if you notice, they've been focusing on Boogie. The focus has been on Boogie's not there. He's not, because he needs to draw up something like that because there's no more CD-ROM or Rastoff. Before that, it was Rastoff and CD-ROM.
Batgirl is only there because she's the next Lynx. She's exactly Keem's type. And he wants to be able to flirt with her. Suffa Horse, thank you so much for $2. I think he's teasing you. It's putting sleeping faces, unless it's for me, like snoozing. Help Me, I'm Fat gave $2, said, worst show in BBU. This was boring. ZZZ. Really? I thought it was fine. I liked it.
Fun.
I enjoyed it. But sometimes I don't even think it's because of you. It's
not everyone's going to be fans. I mean, I'm aware of that. I've been through that before.
This was also just such a deep dive on certain topics, I feel, and just different than what I usually do over here. So it's different, you know?
I think some things I wanted you to hear, I get it, going in the future, this probably won't be shit we talk about. But I needed to let you know who I am, what I,
yeah.
get an idea of how I look at shit.
Well, for me, I was very interested. I wanted to learn more about you. I'm really glad I've gotten to. I love learning about people in general, but especially if I'm interested in working with them and I see potential. I just wanted the chance to get to know you better and just see how we even bounce off each other, And that's all this was, because we've never even had a private phone call, guys. This is like us just talk. This was no planning, no show plans, no nothing. This is us just talking off the cuff. So it's great to know we could do that, and we're running long and neither of us wants to stop. That's something I like to know. So to me, in my opinion, this was a success. So I'm going to end this stream now. I'm going to go to bed. It's almost the witching hour. Do you have any final words?
No, I appreciate you having me on. And like I said, whenever a situation comes up you want to use me for, just let me know.
Of course.
I'm always around. Sometimes I might be streaming when you're streaming, but I always have you on. And I could always end my stream if you needed me to come on or whatever.
No, you've been great.
Because I'm more interested going forward doing podcasting than...
Yeah.
I did a lot of gaming on my channel, but I did like everything. I did interviews and all that, but not for a long time. And I said I wanted to change something up. Mm-hmm. That's why I said it. Maybe me and Becky were supposed to cross paths.
Maybe. I mean, that's how it looked from the cards. It looked like there was this meeting was meant to happen for one reason or another. We don't know how it's going to shake out, but something about us combining energies is going to have an impact. So that's where we just kick back and enjoy the process. And then a month from now, we get to look back at the reading and be like, wow, that shit was right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to head off. Thank you. I will let you go, and then I'm just going to say goodbye to the chat.
Okay, have a good night. I'll see you later.
You too. All right, guys. So our final closing numbers are amazing. I didn't update it, but it is $418 out of 500. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the Elvira costume for you. I think you guys are going to get it anyway. We're very close. So I think we'll probably do that for Friday. Although, shoot, if I'm going to... If I want to do that for Friday, I got to end the stream now because I got to order from Amazon before midnight if I want it here by Friday. So I got to end the stream. I'm not going to sit here and order it. It's been a blast. I had so much fun. Originally, I figured I'd talk to you guys more, but I ended up talking with Joe and Gemini. But I think it was nice. It was a nice change of pace because I could talk to you guys one-on-one any day. You guys know that's like my... If it was up to me, that's my favorite kind of stream. I would literally just sit here and talk to people. That's what I love doing. But anyway, I'll let you go. Thank you for being here, all 165 of you that lasted. I love seeing the same names over and over again. I love your support. I love how much better you've made my life lately. The sweet little things some of you guys have done, like the Suffa family. So thank you for all of that. And thank you for staying longer with us as the BBU is going through some changes. And have a wonderful evening. Bye.